The countdown thing.
Looking back at the good times before it all went down. Climbed right up on the hillside, a different view of my life.
I like that song.
Now, how did you get it to play with us still on the screen?
I don't know, it did.
Oh, is it a clip?
Yeah.
You put it in the video clip on the side?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, we learn something every time.
Yeah. I thought, well, I'll put it there and see what it does.
Yeah. And maybe because it was a short,
Yeah.
it
Right.
only needed part of the screen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello,
interesting.
everybody. I hope somebody's here to watch.
I
this
hope so
tonight.
too.
I'm Norma. This is Echo. We're the troublemakers.
No, we're partners in crime. Partners in crime sounds better than
My husband says
troublemaker.
we're troublemakers.
Yeah. He probably thinks I am a troublemaker. I hope he knows this was all your idea. It wasn't my idea. It was your idea. I just said I would help you.
He's like, I don't know. What are you all getting in trouble over today? Welcome and welcome. We're glad you're here. Tonight's about interviewing my grandkids for getting back to school this year, which is not, let's see, about 3 weeks for us here in Ohio.
Wow.
We start August the 17th. So
It's less than 2 weeks for our kids.
really?
The teachers go back Monday for a week of pre-planning. Thursday is open house, and then the following Monday the kids come back. So they only actually have a week left.
Oh wow.
After tomorrow, then they have a whole week, and then they go back on that Monday.
Yeah, I had to call today, get Eli an appointment for his hair because his hair can only be so long they're in private school, so he has to have a certain haircut. Plus, he has to look good because he's going into the 7th grade. He's got to look.
He's going in 7th grade or 6th grade?
No, he's going in 7th.
7th. Okay, so he's already in middle school.
Yeah, and Natalie's,
so to speak. And Natalie's going into 6th.
6th grade.
Oh, okay. Well, then I messed up on my question then because I thought he was starting middle school.
No,
and she was still in last year of elementary. Okay.
Yeah. No, this is gonna be her first year, and
so he's already been changing classes, and
that's what he told her. He said, "You're gonna have fun." She said, "No, I ain't. Leave me alone."
It's gonna be very, very fun.
Yeah. I don't know how this is gonna work, but we'll see. Hi, Mary. How are you? Are you feeling good?
Oh, Mary. Hi, Mary. Trying to find where I wrote my questions down in it.
Yeah. You want to come up, Mary? You can hit the link and come up.
Yeah, Mary, come on up.
So, they've been a handful today, I'll tell you. They've been upstairs playing a game all day. Eli got we finally got his TV hooked up. So then he hooked up the PlayStation 3. I think that's what it is. I don't know these game system things. And him and Natalie, because him and Natalie both can play on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, okay. She said she'd come up when she got done eating.
Oh, okay.
So they've been up there playing that. They went outside for a little while. And then we come back in, and then I let them in the pool when I shouldn't let them in the pool because I didn't test the pool before, and the chlorine was high. So I let them in for a half hour. I said, "That's all you're staying in," because the chlorine was so high.
Oh,
Get out. One time I said, we can't get back in the pool till the chlorine goes down. But the little pump we got for it ain't the original pump, and it don't pump it like it should. Pump it through.
oh, okay.
And it keeps shutting off. I don't know why. He has to go out and restart it all the time. And it don't pump it through to get the chlorine to go through like it should. So until we test it tomorrow and see. Plus, where it's rained here didn't help none. So we finally had a day that wasn't too bad. And it's not, it got kind of hot today, but in the morning it was kind of cool. And then this afternoon it's cooled down some. I'm glad. So I don't like these hot days.
No, me neither. And I thought something was wrong with my thermostat on my air conditioner because if I'm not here to keep making it come on, it'll go up to 85 and it'll sit at 85.
Oh gosh.
And so yesterday I had maintenance man and the pest control people come, they come every 3 months or something and do our apartments. So while the pest control person was doing their thing, I was talking to the maintenance guy and I was like, I'm going to put in a work order. Have you come program my thermostat or check it out and see what's going on with it? And he's like, well, what's it doing? So I told him, and you're supposed to, there's up and down buttons, and then there's a button in the middle, and then there's a row of buttons underneath of that. Well, you're supposed to do the up and down to get to the temperature you want it to stop at, like
Yeah.
I want it to come on and run until it hits 73. Then I want it to shut off until it gets above 73. Well, it says on there you have to, get it to the right temperature and press and hold. That's what I did. It would get it maybe to 73, but then as soon as it would be above 73, it wouldn't come back on again. And it would go all the way to 85.
Oh,
So
wow.
the row of buttons underneath of it, one of them says hold on it. So you have to get the number you want, and then you have to press that hold button.
Oh, okay.
And the button in the middle between the ones that go up and down is to turn the light on so that you can see, like you don't have to turn your hall light on. So what I was doing is getting it to 73, and then I was turning the light on, looking at it. Okay, good. Walking off.
Then it was going up to 85, burning you up.
Then I'd be like, oh my God, it's hot in here. I'd go and I'd look, and I hit it to try to knock it down to 73, and it would have started at 85, counting down. Well, so my maintenance man is like, well, if you don't have it set and put it on hold, it goes back to the factory setting, which is 85 degrees.
Oh. Okay.
So when they build new houses and stuff, it's automatically going to not run unless it gets below or above 85. So now I know. And guess what? It's been working beautifully now, and I haven't been getting hot, and it comes on and it shuts off, and I go over there and look, it still says 73, So it's perfect.
Good.
But I've lived here 5 years, Norma. 5 years. I've thought something
You've been
like
doing that?
Yes.
You've been doing that for 5 years before you asked.
I thought that I was, doing it right. And then seeing, you only have to run your air down here about 3 or 4 months out of the year.
Yeah.
And you very rarely have to ever turn your heat on.
Wow.
So once you get to, when you're done running the air, it doesn't even run till you got to turn your air back on. So I guess I just never realized that, that it was never programmed to do that. I just thought that's how I had it, because I would hit 73 and then I'd hit that little button. So I'm so glad that now, after 5 years, I know how to now control my
Now
air.
you know how to do it. Oh.
Now I can be, and my daughter would always say when she would come, gosh, it's hot in here. I'd be like, hot. But see, I have little fans too.
Yeah.
One in here and one in the bedroom. And so the air, and I have ceiling fans. And so, the air's moving. So I wasn't noticing that it was, warming up like that. But
Now we run our air on, I think we keep ours on 74, 75. and it kicks off and on. There's times we have to turn it up because you'll freeze to death down here.
Mm-hmm.
And upstairs we got ceiling fans, plus we got fans running, so it's not real bad. It's not been bad this year. Plus we got an air conditioner upstairs, so that keeps the upstairs cool. If not, the upstairs would be so hot you couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
So down here you'll freeze to death if we don't turn it down. Sometimes you'll be sitting here with blankets. Natalie will. You have to wear winter clothes in the house, but to go outside, you have to change clothes real fast and put you a t-shirt or something on, or you'll suffocate. And it's like, I said, I don't know. And then Natalie walks around with a blanket on her head like she's an Eskimo all the time.
Oh, wow.
Are you ready to go first?
Yep, I will go first.
Well, Eli's wanting to go first, so
Okay, good.
ready for him. You want to sit over here in this chair?
Yeah, I got it.
That way we can see you.
Nobody's laying anything, so I'll have to grab
Oh, well, let's
I'll-
see.
I'll grab this one.
Huh?
Grab it.
Okay.
Hey, candy?
Yeah, I'm eating cinnamon. You want one?
No.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Okay, cinnamon. That way I can see you.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. This is Eli. He is 12 years old and in 7th grade. So we're going to be asking him questions about going back to school, being in school, being out of school, all kinds of good stuff.
All kinds of good stuff.
So we'll let Echo start with her questions.
Okay.
And then you answer. Okay.
Number one.
Are you ready?
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. What is your favorite grade of school that you've been through so far?
Oh, God. Probably a 5th grade because that's when I got my favorite teacher.
Fifth grade?
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason why is because that was your favorite teacher. What was that teacher? What subject was that? Or was that all subjects?
It was math, Bible, and reading, and her name was Mrs. Beebe.
And what made her your favorite?
Well, all hail Queen Beebe. She made that up. She always made a sign, and she always had the joy in her heart to do something.
She was a fun teacher.
She was made it fun.
Yeah.
But
Important, isn't it?
she had delayed for the year was out because
Breast
she
cancer.
had breast cancer.
Oh.
She didn't end up taking. She didn't get them took off or anything. She's doing good now.
Well, good. I'm
Bad.
glad to hear she's doing better.
She's
What was your least favorite subject?
History and science.
History. Oh. And why don't you like history and science?
It's too much work.
Experiments in science?
Science is too much work too. I
Okay.
like experiments, but anything else like no.
But history is a lot of reading and trying to memorize dates
Yeah.
and when
Big
this
test.
happened.
It's 60
When that
questions on the
happened.
test.
Okay, Eli, what would be your dream career if you could do any career?
Be a police officer.
A police officer. Wow. Okay. I didn't expect that. What makes being a police officer so good?
I like the way that they help out citizens and they help people around the world, and that they're all around the world. So, and I get to drive in a car, so
Yeah.
I get to sit at home and
Or
freedom
sit behind a desk somewhere
Did you hear that?
and donuts and coffee.
and donuts and coffee.
I
Okay.
don't gotta wake. I can wake up later than usual because then I got food at work.
Okay. So my next question is, do you see going to college or a technical school in your future?
Yes, I see college in my future. I'm planning on going to the same one my cousin is. He goes to Miami, and that's where I kind of want to go because it's a good college.
Okay, good. Now, what is the most interesting thing about the new grade that you're going into, the 7th grade? What is the most interesting thing about it?
My new Bible teacher, his name's Mr. Wallace, and he was our sub. He served in all of the armies, like Army, Navy, Marines, and everything like that. Like as soon as he got out of one, he'd go into the next one. So thank him for serving our country. And yeah, so he's gonna be my new Bible and physics teacher.
So he'll have lots of stories to tell you probably about lots of places that he has been stationed at.
Yeah.
Okay, how does your school, and I know you go to a private school, but how does your school handle bad behavior when the kids are bad?
Um.
He knows.
Oh
He's
yeah,
been-
I know
he's
a
been
lot
there.
about that.
He's been there.
They usually pull you into the side, like take you out of the class. Not from experience, totally not experience.
Okay.
But they take you into the hall and ask you why you're doing these things. They like interview you, and then if they think that you're not telling the truth, then they'll either write your report slip or something like that. Or if you're just like constantly like talking out loud, like Mamo could talk and talk and talk, and I'm just like blah 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 blah, but them are words, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you just keep continually going. You just keep talking, then they'll write you up. And another thing is that when you're late into a class, you need to have a tardy slip, or you can't, or you have to go get one. But if you don't have one, then you get a report slip for being tardy. Even if you're on the bus, you have to have a slip.
So would you say that your school is pretty strict?
Yeah, I'd say they're strict, but not.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
And Mandy.
Hey, Butthead.
Oh, okay, thank you. I
Okay.
kind of deserve it.
So what was your answer? Did you say yes or no? They're strict.
Yeah, they're pretty strict, and dress code and everything. I think they are.
Yeah, they have to wear uniforms.
But you have to. But it's teaching you. You have to be respectful of others.
Yeah, but like if we're talking about restriction, like last year we got to wear shorts, but this year we don't. I don't get why. Because they're saying our knees are attractive.
Hi, Eli.
Are my knees attractive, guys?
Hi, Eli.
Hi, Brady. I guess anybody's knees could be attractive.
I know, right? Look at these bad boys. Meet up.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Okay, next question. How does your school handle bullying? Or is there bullying at your school?
There's a lot of bullying, but you have to really get into a fight to get in trouble. Like you have to get into a full-on fight. But you don't get into it no matter what. How does that?
And is it people like the older kids picking on the younger kids, or is it?
It's usually all sorts of grades picking on. See, like the 12th graders pick on like 10th, 11th, but my grade pick on like our grade usually because like they don't want to hurt others' feelings and they know that others will like tell. So that's to get in trouble.
So they only pick on people who they think aren't going to say anything.
No, they pick on people who know they're going to say anything, but like they know they can get out of it.
Oh, okay. What is one thing you will remember about last school year?
In 6th grade
Uh-huh.
or in 5th?
No, last year you were in 6th.
Okay.
Yes,
In
so
6th grade, it's probably going to be the very last day of school.
And why is that important that you remember the last day of school?
Because that's when I got to see all my friends, and they were like really supportive because we got to do a lot of games. Ice cream floats. Sorry I'm rubbing it in, but like they were really good.
So it was kind of like a big party day.
Yeah,
A lot of
it
fun.
was a big party day basically,
Okay.
and we all got together, all of the grades, all the people I know, we got together and everything.
Now, does your school go all the way up to 12th grade?
Yes, we go, we go. No. We go daycare, preschool, kindergarten, all the way up to 12th grade, and we even have a church.
So you won't have to go to a different high school.
No, you can stay in that whole school when you're born.
Okay, that's all the questions I have for Eli.
Okay.
You want to answer some of your questions?
Okay. Yeah.
He had some questions he was going to answer too.
Okay.
Okay, it's what do you like about school?
Basically seeing a lot of people and learning because I like to learn. What you think?
Man, doctor.
Oh,
Actually, what I like about school is that I get to learn, and I know you're gonna need learning for being a police officer, and so I know I'm gonna have to have a good degree, and I like to see people that I know,
The rings that are yours.
and I know that I can push through it throughout the days and everything. So that's what I like about school.
you all had to wear masks. Did you like to wear a mask?
I kind of liked it because a lot of people would cough. But other than that, then no. Like I would try to take my own. Does
Does it work?
What's your
Yes,
favorite?
sir.
What's my favorite special? PE, and this year it'll probably be physics because we get to cook and everything. So
Yeah, you can catch them in your hand.
You get to cook in physics?
yeah.
Interesting.
I brought this one. I don't know how-
Eli, scooch closer to your memo because I can only see half your face. People might not want to just know the other way.
Hey,
Closer. Lean in. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
this way.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put that.
They may want to see your whole face.
Yeah.
I got hazel eyes.
Okay. As far as your grades last year, what
Yes,
was
a dog.
your grade?
My highest grade was an A minus, and no, it was an A plus in Bible, and A in math. No, A. Okay, I did not. It's been that long.
Except for go to grades.
Okay, so I got a D in history. No, it was in science because I don't like science and I don't pay attention. And an F in history because I cannot keep up with the word.
Dude,
Get away from me, Pond.
how did you get an F in history? I got a B.
Keep up with the word, and then a C in math, and then a C plus in language, and then a plus in Bible. I'm really good in Bible, and then everything else was an A because of specials.
Okay. What was your favorite food at school?
What?
It'd probably be the breadsticks. They have Bosco sticks, and they're really good. And when they come with the cheese, and I like the Rice Krispies. We kind of got all those. The last day of school, we got all of them.
Now, where's the collar?
We don't have any colors.
Got any other things
Take
you
one
want
off
to
the
say?
statue. Where's your okay?
Buster's saying.
Let me see my list.
Buster's asking you. a
No,
question.
it's your pressure.
Go pick that stuff
Oh, I
up and go
forgot
throw
to
it away in
ask
the
I'm
trash.
not the one that did that.
I don't care. Pick it up and throw it in the trash.
I forgot to ask you if you had any concerns or worries or anything about going back to school.
No, not many. Just
Corona.
yeah, not many.
Corona.
Corona.
Yeah, Corona.
That's Dylan, my son. He said Corona.
Thank you, Dylan, for the warning. Where do you go to school?
Monkeypox.
Take the dang cigarette.
Yeah, monkeypox. Forgot that, Dylan.
Oh yeah,
Or even one minute.
that might not be good either to get that.
Okay.
Don't say the
Okay.
word.
Well, I do.
Do you have a learning disorder? Yeah,
That's a
I
woman's
have
pet, isn't it?
ADHD, and
It's
it's
a
kind of
woman's
hard
pet.
to focus in
It's
school.
women's pet.
So I take
It's
a
not.
I
Oh,
take
so
a
you're calling Eli a woman.
to help me focus in school. Yeah, I know it's not funny when I can't because I'm on camera. But
I feel
yes,
like I need to bring
I
my
do
computer
have a-
up. Like y'all are, like I'm so tall. Look so tall.
Do I have recess? No, I don't because I'm too
Look at
big.
Dylan.
No. Oh, hey, Dylan.
What's up, Eli? What you doing?
Being annoying.
Okay.
Did you say you don't have recess because you're too big?
Yeah, we're too big at the school now.
You mean you're too old?
Too big and too old.
You're at too high of a grade.
This year, no wet days next year.
He likes to play basketball, though.
Where
So
do
he'd
I-
take it if they gave it to him.
Where do I go to school? I go to Middletown Christian Schools in Franklin. That's all I can tell you.
Oh, and I also forgot to ask you, what are your hobbies?
Oh, my hobbies.
He likes to draw.
His hobbies is not wanting to listen, being annoying.
I don't even know. I like basketball, drawing, video games. I've been into a lot of video games lately because I like playing zombies and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Ask him what his favorite show is.
Oh, I know what his favorite show is. The Walking Dead.
See, Daisy.
What's up?
Yeah, I've been into that show. I'm actually on the I'm on the 6th season already because of how much I watch it. I stayed up. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
No, let's not.
Yeah, let's not. I don't want to get sniped.
We
on
want to
camera.
thank you for doing the interview with us. Can you get your sister now, please?
Yeah, I'll go in there and
And you
slap
got to
her
be
head and wake
quiet.
her up.
No,
Thank
that's
you, Eli,
nice.
for giving us your point of view. I love that.
Thank you, and
What?
bye, guys.
Wasn't me.
I
We
think
left.
she went to
Probably
sleep.
Kenny.
What?
Killed that spider. Killed that spider right there.
Don't beat
We
her
had a
up.
bigger one, Aiden. His whole fucking leg's gone.
Natalie,
I was meant to wear my smart glasses on cam, but
Probably
you got to
Kenny.
put them on.
Your smart glasses?
Smart class.
yeah, these make me. These
Makes him look
makes me
smart.
have
Makes you be smart.
3,000 IQ.
Oh, okay.
Get that thing off your head, please. Natalie, come on.
Well, if that's a smart glasses.
You like
Get
what?
higher IQ with a mom. Maybe he remember that and wear 'em when he does history.
What are you doing going to sleep? Here's sleepyhead. This
Okay,
is-
Natalie, wake up. Wake up.
It's time to wake up.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
Yes, amen. I want eggs and bacon now.
Eli. I'm sorry, go sit down and be quiet.
She did it. She did it.
Okay, it's time to be quiet now.
Okay, Natalie, scooch over closer to your mama so we can see your pretty
Everybody
face.
see you.
There you go. Tell everybody how old you are and what grade you're going to go into.
I'm 11 and I'm going into 6th.
6th grade. Starting middle school. Are you ready for my questions? She's scared.
It's like, uh-oh.
They're not going to be scary. What's been your favorite grade so far?
Fifth.
Fifth?
I'll have
Fifth? Why fifth?
Because I had the best teacher,
And who was your best teacher?
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones. And what made him such a good teacher?
He was funny, loud. He was big and tall. And he was the first man teacher I've ever had.
He was a what?
First man teacher I've ever had.
Oh, the first man teacher you've ever had. Were you surprised that he was a good teacher? Yeah. You were skeptical when you first saw him?
Big old fella.
I bet he's intimidating.
Yes.
Like, and then he turned out to be funny. So that was probably
Lost
shocking.
it again.
Okay, what's been your least favorite? Oh, what's your favorite subject in school first?
She don't have one.
You don't have a favorite? Well, how about a least favorite?
What don't you like? Get that brain thinking.
The one I probably don't like the most is
Spelling,
language.
Language. And Natalie, if you could be anything in the world for a job, for your career, what would your dream career be?
The one I would have on it is a dance teacher.
You hear?
Yeah, a dance teacher. What do you want to teach? What kind of dance do you want to teach?
Oh.
All kinds?
She wants to own her own studio.
Yeah. See, that's what you really want to do, right?
You really want to own your own studio, don't you?
Yeah.
You gotta talk to where they can hear you and tell them.
So do you think that college or technical school is in your future?
Well, how are you gonna be a dance teacher and own your own business?
Maybe college, but my big brother, well,
Your cousin.
so-called cousin, says that college is hard, but he's my brother, not my cousin.
Well, I'm sure it'll be hard, but you'll be a lot smarter by then too. No, you don't think so?
You're not got much faith in yourself there, young lady.
What?
Okay. What is the most interesting thing about going into the 6th grade?
Eli, what's most interesting about going into 6th grade?
No, what do you think is
You.
the most
I'm
interesting?
not there yet.
The teachers.
The teachers.
She goes, I don't know, I ain't there yet.
Well, okay. Is there anything different? Are you already changing classes and going to different teachers already? Okay, so no, there's not really going to be a big switch for going into
Yeah,
the-
that
I
will
only
be
had 2
because
teachers.
she only had 2 last year. This
Okay,
year it'll be each teacher's going to be different. So,
right. So it will be a little different because you'll have a lot more teachers to deal with, probably. That'll be a little different. Okay. And who was your best friend in school last year?
Kennedy.
It probably had to be Kennedy or Elise.
So you didn't really just have one best girlfriend. You had several good friends. Okay. And is that important to you to have good friends at school? Yeah. And how important is your dancing to you?
A lot.
What would happen if, say, you had something happen to where you could they said, Natalie, you can never dance again, like you got hurt or something? Then what would you do if they said, Natalie, you can never dance again?
Nothing. I would still do it.
Natalie, if you dance, you'll die. Would you still dance? Yep. You're going to dance no matter what, aren't you? Yep.
I would still do it.
Yeah, I would
They
still do.
would too.
Yeah. Okay. What was the best thing about last school year?
Um, I don't know.
You done forgot?
Yeah.
What about field day or your last day, your first day? Or...
The field day, I almost broke my ankle on the bounce house.
Oh, well, we don't want to talk about that then.
Okay. Do you have any other hobbies other than dancing?
I do art.
Art. Okay. Do you have an art class at school? Is that one of your specials? Mm-hmm. Good. And do you have any worries or concerns about starting the new year? Going back to school?
Yeah, but it's another question, so I'll have to wait.
Okay. What was the best part of your summer so far?
It either has to be the dance recital or getting to see my cousins from Kentucky.
Okay, good. Good. All right, that's all my questions. You did good.
Okay. What was your favorite subject last year?
Again, I didn't have one.
You didn't have one? Okay. What's the highest grade you ever made last year?
A B minus.
What was your lowest grade you ever made last year?
An F.
Okay. What was your hardest subject to understand last year that you couldn't just get at all?
Language.
Language?
Still don't get it. Not
You
even
still
my
don't
own.
get it? What was your easiest subject?
Will you stop?
Mammy, come on, stop.
Um,
That little fly's back. You don't know what your easiest subject was last year?
I didn't have one.
You didn't have one.
Well, what subject did you get the B minus in?
Spelling.
You don't like language, but you like spelling.
Do you
No.
like school?
It's okay.
She's not one that's real excited about school, can you tell? What's the most fun you've had at school?
The field trip to Caesar's Creek.
Oh,
What did you do at Caesar's Creek?
I got lost in the woods. I fell in the creek. And I fell and rolled down the hill.
Sounds like a real exciting
It was.
trip.
I got to swim. I got to go in nature. And I got to roll.
the three requirements of a good time in an 11-year-old's mind. Okay.
Okay. You have a learning disability.
Yes, I do have a learning disability, and I have sort of a hint of dyslexia.
And what do you do when you got dyslexia?
I get my B's and D's backwards. I get my 9's, P's, and Q's backwards. I get my 3's and E's backwards. And sometimes I forget how to write a 9.
How old were you, Natalie, when they found out that you had those problems?
Well, they haven't uh,
I found
diagnosed
out.
her. They haven't diagnosed her completely on the dyslexia because they said we didn't think she could but the doctor said yeah that they can have them on certain letters.
Right.
Mean to be dyslexia on everything, but you
Right.
can be on certain. And she has trouble with certain things. We thought it's just because she'd always write her B's and D's backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And she tried to spell a word and she put the opposite of what the first letter should be. And, uh, but the ADHD, he was diagnosed a couple years ago. Uh, she has ADHD, learning disability. They both, Eli don't have the hyper as much as Natalie does.
Mm-hmm.
But they're both on medicine for it. Plus, they're both on attitude medicine, I call it. If they don't take it, they got a bad attitude. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I call it the attitude medicine. Um, they do take it. Um, they do get help at school. They're supposed to get more help at school. They had to get a IEP, I think is what it's called, or some kind of thing. So they're working with them to try to get them extra help because they both struggled the last year, couple years. They've struggled real bad, and Mama's not smart no more. And the higher they get, the dumber Mama gets because she can't remember that stuff. And that they don't do it like we did it back then.
Exactly.
I got informed real fast. That ain't how you do it. So even though you come out with the same answer in math, that ain't how you do it. So don't try to help me.
No, and with my daughter, she wouldn't believe me when I would try to explain it, and I would have to look it up on the internet and say, "See, this is how you do it," you know. But if it wasn't exactly the way the teacher said,
Yeah.
she didn't buy it.
That's my little book. Please don't bother. Okay. Do you like the school food? Oh yes.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it's very expensive. They usually take their lunch.
What's your favorite thing they have at school, food wise?
It's either their pretzels or their breadsticks.
Pretzels or breadsticks? Okay.
They do have spaghetti and meatballs on that.
Do you have any concerns going back to school this year?
No.
Do you have any fears, or are you excited about going back? Or
I do have a fear that my locker is going to be next to my brother's.
I don't think they'll be the same place. They're different
Well,
grades.
you're in different grades. I don't think they'll be
No,
the same
no.
place either.
But they'll see each other more this year than they did last year, probably passing in halls.
Always, yeah.
So that'd be the fun part of how their day goes.
You're not afraid about like getting lost, like going to the wrong class or going to the wrong class at the wrong time.
I never thought about that.
That's the kind of stuff I used to worry about when I was a kid. I'd worry about if I could get my locker open. Like I would forget the combination. And I'd have like nightmares that I couldn't get in my locker to get my books.
This will be the one that gets her locker combination.
Then I would have dreams that I would show up at the wrong class at the wrong time.
I always forget my tablet password, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So
yeah, but so I guess what I really want to know, Natalie, is do kids stress and worry about stuff at school like we adults do, like on our jobs? Or are you just carefree all the time? You don't have a worry or anything. You never think about nothing.
I don't really care. So school's school. And if school is good for your brain, why isn't it allowed in school?
If school is good for your brain,
yes.
Why isn't what allowed in school?
Sleep.
Your brain?
Sleep.
Sleep is good for your brain.
Then why isn't it allowed in school?
Well, probably because they want you to be learning stuff, and you can't very well learn stuff if you're asleep.
Yeah. They're supposed to sleep at night.
Yeah.
So you get a good night's sleep so you can go to school and be alert to learn.
But apparently you don't wear it out the first day. Is that why you have to go back the next day?
I think we got us a little comedian here.
Yeah, don't we? Though?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It doesn't
I get what you're putting down here, Natalie. I hear you. Okay.
And I will never know why the sky is blue.
You never know what?
Why the sky is blue.
Oh.
It could be green.
She asks me all the time questions like this. I'm serious. It's
It
like,
could be silver.
okay, don't ask me why or
And
why.
you say you don't care about school and you don't think about it, but you think about these jokes.
It's called a hot dog if it's not made out of dogs. And why is a hamburger called a hamburger if it's not made out of ham?
Ham, exactly.
And ham comes from a pig, but hamburger comes from a cow.
Uh-huh.
Not vegan, but
you thought about this.
Yeah, she thinks about it all the time because I get questions like this all the time.
Okay, but see, so your brain works perfectly fine. Yeah. We have to figure out what it is that is going to be interesting enough for you to want to do it.
Yeah.
So maybe you will be a comedian. Maybe writing jokes is the way to get you to learn.
What's that have to do with dancing?
What does it have to do with dancing?
Dancing.
What if they tell you can never dance again? You could be a comedian.
I want to be a comedian.
We solved the problem.
See,
so
now you don't dance no more.
That's a detective.
A detective?
What's that?
If you solve the problem.
She wants to solve the problem. Why it's called that? So
I said we solved the problem. We're being detectives trying to figure out what's in your little brain there. I'm just saying. If something was to happen and you couldn't dance, so you couldn't be a dance teacher and you couldn't have your own dance studio, and you had to think of another career to do, I think comedian, because you have the perfect delivery for it. You're like totally serious. Like, see, I didn't catch on the first time that you said the joke. I was like, okay. But when you said it, the second joke, I was like, she's telling me jokes. Yeah. So she's got the perfect delivery to tell jokes. So yes, I think that would be something that we should investigate.
I don't know anybody that's a comedian.
What?
I really don't.
You've never seen comedians on television?
I watch that.
Oh my goodness.
Practically, I'm not allowed.
Well, we'll have to find some good comedians for you to watch.
That ain't got bad stuff.
Bad language, no bad language. No. But there are comedians who they're physically funny. They like the way they go about doing things. It's called physical comedy. So it's like the way you move, and that would incorporate your dance too. The way you move.
Like Miss Dafflower. Did you like the watch? Yes, he died.
What happened?
He just died.
He died, but he was an excellent comedian.
He was funny.
What happened?
He was very funny. And all his Jumanji, he done.
Yeah. He was a good actor as well as being funny.
Did he play in any cartoons?
He done a lot of cartoon voices.
He was a special guest in a SpongeBob episode.
Yep. There's all kinds of comedian stuff. There's women.
I'm trying to get her interested in acting because where Peppa works, she could go there and try out for
the plays and stuff. Yeah.
Do them for trying to get her into.
But we'll have to find Lucille Ball. some Lucille Ball tapes for her to
Yeah.
look at.
I love Lucy and
I
Ethel.
love Lucy.
I watch her all the time.
And
Well,
okay, do you see how she's funny? How like sometimes she'll make funny movements or she'll
I never laughed once
forget or
watching her.
Yes, you did.
Did I? It's
Yes.
been that long. I haven't watched it since third grade. I can never find her on TV anymore. I used to
You have
watch
to
her
get up
every
early.
morning.
You have to get up early, and you're not an early bird.
well, we'll figure out a way for you. We'll find there might even be some on the internet or on
Try
YouTube.
to find some for
What's
Yeah.
that one girl that does puppetry on America's Got Talent?
Upper.
Who?
Oh, the one that done America Got Talent. She won
Many times
many times singing
with a
and
puppet.
puppet.
Oh, Darcy.
Yeah, Darcy.
Darcy. Yeah.
Yeah, Natalie likes to watch her.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay, are we done? If we go upstairs, we have to be very quiet because Peppa's got to
Yeah,
get up
I
at
know
4 in the
yelling.
morning. No yelling at the.
And that means doesn't yell at me when I'm not behind you because I don't have ammo.
Well, then why you have to go?
They play zombies,
Or then why
and
you gotta
you
go-
ought to see them. When they coming after them, they're like this. Natalie gets in the chair and she rolls all the way back
Natalie
across
gets-
the room.
Natalie gets so into it. She's like they're coming at her. So she's like,
Pushing that chair just back
It's
across.
coming for me.
And Eli's laying on the weight bench trying to go.
but I can't go nowhere because
You can end up off. It's too late.
But let me tell both you kids something.
Listen,
When you are thinking about what you're going to do when you're a grown up, don't pick something that's going to be work.
yeah.
That you're going to say, oh, I don't want to go to work. Like something that's going to be, I mean, every job has its good and its bad. And every job, there's going to be days you're going to say, I don't want to go to work today. Just like you don't want to go to school some days, right? But try to pick something that you'll be able to make money at so you can take care of yourself. But something that is fun that you enjoy doing so that you can do it for a long time.
Yeah. Because
Don't be like
you
me.
gotta,
I had several different jobs and I didn't make a lot of money at any of them. And I didn't enjoy
media
you don't work it
for
like
a day.
But you don't want to vacuum all your life, do you? Do you want to run a vacuum cleaner all your life?
The sun is satisfying, but
Papa would love to go back to his regular job, but see, he got hurt. You can't go back to it.
Oh yeah.
why would you travel?
You have to think about that too, because sometimes what you want to do in life, you might have an injury and you can't do it.
Yeah.
So you always need a backup plan. Like if I couldn't do this, what would I do?
Yeah.
Have a backup plan. But when you're learning at school and you're growing and you're learning, there's going to be things that you're going to learn and you're going to say, oh, I like that. And you might have an interest in something, but that you don't even know about right now. But you might do something and you'll say, oh, that was so cool. I want to learn more about that. And it may take you off in a totally different direction. So be open to that, Don't say, I can only be a cop and I can only be a dance teacher. Say, that's what I want to be right now, but I'm open if I think of something else.
Yeah. You always got to have a backup plan in case.
I want to be a chef. Me and my mama were supposed to make a cake today, but she forgot about it and said no.
It's too,
Well,
Like we were supposed
once you're old enough, you can become a chef on your own without having to have your mama do it with you.
She won't teach me how to cook an egg.
She will eventually.
She said that 3 years ago.
Well, but
you don't pay attention.
sometimes you don't catch her in the right mood. You got to wait till she's feeling good. She
She'll be
doesn't have
in there
stuff
cooking.
planned.
Because you don't
She'll be
pay
in there
attention.
cooking and she won't let me.
Just like we was making hot
Should
dogs
turn
last
around.
night. She wanted to stir the chili. She was stirring it everywhere. It's like, Natalie, you don't do it that way.
It was starting to
But
bubble.
fine. She just got mad walked off.
It was starting to bubble and I started panicking.
It's like she gets aggravated because I tell her that's not how to do it, and then she'll just walk off. And I said, you can't walk off leaving food.
It's hurt.
We'll deal with it.
Oh, that's the sure way to catch something on fire.
Yeah, I said you'll burn their house down. Then we won't have nowhere to live. Where are we gonna live then?
She
Well, I
never
don't know.
makes spaghetti.
Because you don't eat it.
I make the spaghetti.
Oh, you're fibbing.
She's just mad because I won't eat it all, like the whole pot.
No, I ain't mad because you won't eat the whole pot.
You know.
She'll get. I'll make her a bow, and she'll go, I'll save it for later, and then it never gets ate. So, and it's like, but you beg.
Oh, I'm good at doing hair too.
And beg me to make spaghetti, and then you won't eat it. Why? Do you beg me to make it, and then you won't eat it? I know my hair's white. It's clean. That's why it's white.
Why is my hair white?
Your hair ain't white.
I said, why isn't it? Why is my hair not clean?
Because you're young.
You're still young. Mama's getting old.
You just said it was because it was clean.
No, don't look. Okay.
You look half
I'm not
like
even
Jack
going.
Frost.
Jack Frost. Oh, now I look like Jack Frost. Thank you. My new Jack Frost.
Your hair is like a pretty onion that goes from white to gray to black.
I'm salt and pepper. My hair is salt and pepper. That's what they call it, salt and pepper. Because it's,
She got this brush for me and she won't even let me use it.
you holler about it, pulls tank. It's a detangler.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all those bristles there.
And then she
Comb your hair with it. Let's see you comb your hair with it.
watch her.
See?
Hair. She got a lot more hair than I got. It's a lot thicker. Mama's is thin now.
Mm-hmm.
Mine used to be thick like hers, but it's
Mine
getting
used to be
thin.
so thick and so curly and so beautiful.
Mine used to be so long.
I miss my hair.
Your hair is long. What
My
you
hair
talking
used
about?
to be past my butt cheeks.
We
That's
had to put some of it
That's
on.
in the toilet when you go to the bathroom. You have to be careful you
My
don't drop.
mama Duff's hair was down to her ankles.
Who did?
My mama Duff's.
Oh.
Mom's.
Mm.
But when she died, it was up to here. She had lost that much hair.
I want to cut it to my collarbone.
But all her life, it was down at her ankles.
She
She
never
never-
would cut it.
My mom never touched her hair. She never cut it. She never trimmed it.
Wow.
I think she
They
always
didn't
cut it
believe
in
it.
her bun or
Yeah, she parted it down the middle,
pull it back and make a bun out of it.
braid each side, and then she wrapped it around her head like in a bun.
Oh, wow.
That's how she wore it every day.
I want to try it.
And when she died, we didn't even have enough to wrap around her head. We tried, but there wasn't enough to. Because
You never mentioned this to me.
every time we brush her hair, just big
More
hands
came
full
out.
come, big hands
Yeah.
come out.
How come I never saw
But
that?
see, I still got a lot of black. If you see the black, I still got a lot of black in mine.
Mama, you just messed up the part of the
I'm
word.
sorry, I messed my hair up. Oh my lord! I got to look beautiful, don't I? Yes. See, it's still got some wave in it.
There's a bunch of
It's
black
just
right here.
it's so long that it won't curl anymore.
This
Yeah.
is black underneath.
Yeah, underneath it's black. That's-
Underneath
everybody
mine is
thinks-
red.
And when my
Yeah.
hair gets dark, when it gets kind of 2 or 3 days after I don't wash it, it'll get black.
My papa's
More
hair.
blacks come in it.
My
But what
papa-
it is, it's just showing the black underneath.
Right.
hair-
Which is just the opposite. Most people have gray roots
Yeah,
and have dark on their, you know.
yeah.
You do have red roots.
Yes, I got gray roots, see.
Yeah.
But
Some-
I still got a
You
lot
have
of black hair.
too. Yeah.
Underneath
My hair was black. In my senior picture, it turned blue. And they had to fix the pictures because my hair was blue in my senior pictures. It was so
underneath
black.
my hair is red.
Yeah. But hers is getting darker. And then it's got like mine had a red tint to it too.
And Eli's hair's getting blonde.
And no, it ain't. Eli, when he was baby, He was white-headed, like
Like
a blonde
this.
white.
Yeah.
Now it's dark.
He looks like a lemon.
Yeah, and he wanted some black. He wanted some blonde highlights in his hair. Well, the summer
He said blue.
he got a few blonde that he still got in there.
That would be pretty.
It would be pretty. Well, we're not doing hairdos today.
I'm good at hair too.
We're not doing hairdos today.
Oh, but that could be another show, Natalie.
Yeah, see, we could do another show. But how you gonna do Echo's hair? You let Aniston do hers.
No, that's for me.
Yeah,
Let her do
through
it.
the miracle of the computer, you'll be able to do my hair.
We'll let the baby do your hair.
Oh God, all she do is
That's gonna hurt. Did I ever touch your hair when I was a baby?
Yeah.
All right. So one time I was
You used
sitting
to
in
try
my
to pull
high
it
chair.
out.
I was sitting in my high chair, and my grandpa put his McDonald's cup of coffee in front of me, and I thought it was for me. So I picked it up, took a big drink out of it. Next thing you know, Papa's coffee is on the floor.
Yeah. The papa on a new better and says around you.
And I got coffee from here all
And
the way
she
down.
likes coffee.
Mm-hmm. Well, the baby broke one of my. I have like big soup mugs that I eat in a lot, and I've had
I'm not
these
allowed to eat in my
Here, put
Snoopy
your-
bowl.
Don't hit Buster, but put the
soup
chair.
bowls.
Buster, move.
No,
I have two just the same,
Thank you.
and I had it sitting here on this desk, and she reached up she was standing on the floor, but she reached up, got it, chucked it down on the floor, and it just broke.
I don't know where Mary went. I was going to talk to Rihanna
Yeah.
about her because she's going in 10th grade.
she won't let me use this
But
as
she
my soup bowl,
disappeared.
and I plainly told her
It is a dog bow,
Mama,
and she
yes.
wants it for a soup bow.
it's Snoopy, and I plainly told her at the garage sale that I don't use this for a soup bowl, and she said okay. But when we got home, she said no.
Look on the side of it. It's a dog bow.
Dog bowl, but still it's Snoopy. I understand. I understand. I would think that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, as long as it's clean, what
Before you break it.
it's a bowl, right?
Yeah.
What y'all get at the Goodwill?
Shit. No, we didn't buy anything.
I was gonna say I watched the video. I kept thinking, okay, they're gonna show what they're gonna buy.
I wanted that sled,
I'm a big
and I
Peanuts
wished I
fan.
went back and got it. It's $7.99. Yeah, that's my cup.
Yeah.
You put it up before you break
I
it.
got this for my mama for Christmas.
Because she broke my one.
It makes no sense. He's
I had-
right here, but yet
Yeah.
when you turn the cup, he's right there.
Mm-hmm.
And she broke my one, so she got me that one to replace the one she broke my
I'm a big Peanuts fan.
thing. Yeah. I told her, I said, oh my God, I cannot believe you. Her daddy had bought me that one when he was little, and she broke it.
Oh.
So,
There's a Garfield mug in here.
So,
I'm obsessed with Garfield. That's mine. No, it's not.
no.
It's from that.
Okay, we're not arguing now over a Garfield cup. It's a glass. It's clear glass, and it's got Garfield on it. It's old. But
Is it a mug? Is it a mug?
No, it's a coffee cup.
Yeah, but I mean, it has a handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
My ex had all four of those.
Yeah.
That
It's
set.
like a comic series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got some of
And then
that.
on this side,
Put it up, please, before it gets broke.
it's got the dog.
Come on. We got some of the jelly jars that's got the comics on them. I got them up in my cabinet put away. Mary, you still on here? We're just going to talk to you about Rihanna. Let her talk. If you are, come back up, please.
I'm gonna see.
I don't know if she's there. Yeah. Tell her we're going to ask Rihanna some questions. They might not in. So, I don't know where she went to. Probably because it's getting loud.
Oh.
Because she gets on here, then they get loud.
Yeah.
Like these two do.
Oh, I was gonna say, like the baby does too. No, I mean, if you're not doing anything, they don't want nothing to do with you. But as soon as your attention is somewhere else,
Oh, she's on the phone.
oh,
Because she got on the phone. Did you tell her we want to talk to Rihanna about her grade?
Yeah, she said she'll join here in a bit.
Okay. So we'll ask Rihanna when she comes back on. But she's starting 10th grade. But she does
Oh,
homeschooling.
she does homeschool.
Yeah, well, it's not homeschooling. She does it through the school, but she does it at home, her stuff online. She
Yeah.
don't go to classes or nothing like that.
See,
Well, I think she does 2 days a week, I think she does.
well, see, since the big C
Yeah,
hit, there are a lot more opportunities
yeah,
for kids to do it at home.
yeah. Now these I could do.
Work on their own pace type thing.
Yeah, I could do these two,
Mm.
but trouble is Eli will do his work. I just can't get Natalie to do hers. So
And you would need the break while they're going to school.
and I said I can't fight with her 24/7 trying to get her to do work when she won't do it, and she refuses, and she sits there and sits there and sits there and won't do it. So I told her, I said, you gotta go back to school. I can't do it no more. I'm not going to. Put that up, please. Yeah, put it back. Put it back, please. No, put it back, please. Because I asked you to. Can you mind for once?
No.
I didn't think
I think it's good for kids to go to school, to have that interaction with the different adults and the different kids and, all of that.
Because I know kids that's been homeschooled all their life, and they're completely different. They ain't had the reaction with other people, other kids. They ain't had the fun of doing things at school with other kids or the other team. And I said, I want mine to experience all they can experience while they're young, while they're kids.
Right,
Have the parties and have friends at school, because if you're homeschooled, you ain't got friends. I mean, unless it's your family's got a whole bunch of friends or something.
Right. Or, and even kids in the neighborhood sometimes that, if they go to school, they're gone while your kids are home. And,
And your kids
always
do their work.
Oh yeah, my cousin has a birthday party. Saturday.
Yeah. If you don't go with mine, you ain't gonna get to go to it. On the what? No, go in there with your brother, please.
Eli, we can play video games.
No, you can't. Papa's in the bed. But you won't be quiet. You all argue with the stupid TV.
We don't argue.
Holler at it and scream. They woke me up at 8 o'clock this morning screaming at that game. I'm like, waking up. I thought they was fighting with each other. And I'm like, why are they fighting at 8 o'clock in the morning? And they was hollering at the TV at the game. I'm like, Lord have mercy. I told him, I'll take that game and hide it at night. If you're going to wake me up every morning screaming at a game. Dylan used to do that. Used to drive me crazy. He'd be by himself here when he was young. And he'd be up there screaming. I'm thinking, who in the world's he screaming at?
Yeah.
And I'd say, Dylan, who are you talking to? I thought, I know nobody went upstairs because he didn't have friends that come here. And I thought, well, maybe he snuck the phone upstairs and was talking to his mom or something. And he said, I'm talking to the game, Mama. And I said, well, quit arguing with the game, please. You're freaking me out down here when there ain't nobody up there with you. Here's Brianna.
Okay, good.
Hello, Rihanna.
Hi.
Hi.
Bestie.
Natalie.
It hit
Natalie.
What?
Now,
What?
go sit down.
It's her turn.
It's her turn.
Be quiet while she gets her questions.
Go, both of you.
So tell us how old you are and what grade you're going into.
I'm 15 and I'm going into 10th.
Okay. And tell us, how do you do your school?
On computer.
Do you have to go to the actual school building at all, or it's all on the computer?
It's all online. Mama, I can barely hear them. Hi. Hold on.
Hi. She said she could barely hear us.
I don't know why. Hold on, Katie. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can't hurt. I can't hardly hear you.
Can't hear
Hold
us.
on a minute. I'm gonna leave and then come back on. Hold on.
Okay. All right.
I don't know why. Doesn't that?
Because this is real life happens.
They're
We
packing.
always have technical difficulties.
Eli, no yelling at the game. All right, but I'm serious. You wake Papa up, you all got to stop. Go. Go. Now. I said go.
Okay. Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
No.
So you do all your work online on the computer, but do you have to actually go to the school at all?
There's actually a separate place that I go to for the school,
Uh-huh.
and that's where I go in there from 8 to noon.
Every day?
No, 2 days a week.
Okay. And is that for them to help you if you have questions or
Mhm.
tell you what you need to be working on or anything like that?
I actually work on any class that I want, but I have to be in that section.
So how long have you been doing your school that way?
Um, Hold on. Hey, Dad, how long have I been online? For 2 years.
And was that your choice to do it that way?
Or the big C.
That was actually my parents' choice.
Choice, okay. But you have attended regular school before
Yeah.
that? Yeah, okay. So what do you miss about regular school?
I did have friends there, and I miss all the nice teachers.
Is the schoolwork harder to do when you have to
Yeah.
read it and figure it out for yourself?
Yeah.
So do you think you'll ever go back to real school or regular school? Not real school, but regular?
Probably not.
Probably not. So what's your favorite subject?
Um, I would say English,
Okay. What's your least favorite subject?
math.
Really? You don't like math? No.
See, Eli loves math and he hates English.
Yeah. But that's usually how it goes. They usually like math and science and don't like English. Yeah. Um, what was your favorite memory about last year? What did you learn last year that you really liked?
I got to learn about like all different types of arts and like who made the art and like painted it and stuff like that.
That's good. And do you have any hobbies? I know of one, but do you have any hobbies?
Sometimes I draw or paint.
Okay.
She likes to dance.
I was going to say, I know about dance, so that's a hobby as well, right?
Mhm.
Okay, if you could do your dream career, any career in the world, what would it be?
Taking care of animals.
Taking care of animals. You want to be a veterinarian or you just want to work somewhere like at a zoo?
Where I'm volunteering is actually where I want to work next year.
Okay.
But when you graduate from high school, what do you want to do?
Yeah, like what job do you want?
What career
Yeah.
are you going to go to college or trade school or
Probably to be a veterinarian.
be a vet? Okay.
Good, good. And what's your favorite animal?
I would say probably it's kind of like 50-50 dogs and cats.
Do you have a dog or a cat?
I actually have 3 dogs.
Oh.
I got this one.
Oh.
That's Precious. Then I have a Czechoslovakian German Shepherd.
Oh.
Hey,
Hi.
yeah.
Hi, baby.
That's Sassy. Then I have a Husky.
Oh, okay.
That's Lily.
Lily.
Hi, Lily.
Is that Norma? Yeah, I know.
Lily. I haven't seen you out walking lately. Is she
Very
feeling better?
calm, baby. Oh.
Yeah, she
Well,
has 2 bumps on her nose. She has a tumor in her nose.
Yeah, she's not been doing good.
that's
So,
not that's not good. Well, I'm glad that you love animals. That's good. That's very good. So, you have any concerns or worries about this next school year?
No,
No. What kind of classes will you take?
math, I think geometry, then another English, and then
aren't you,
history. I don't know what kind of history, so
aren't you taking algebra
no, I took that last year.
last year? Okay. What kind of math will you take this year, though?
She said geometry.
Geometry? Okay.
Geometry is a lot better than algebra.
Yes.
Algebra last year was very hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to do the math all by myself.
Because their families like mine, they don't know none.
Because you have to do like 15 plus x, y, and then you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's like, really?
What's the X and the Y and the plus? Forget it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, and when I was in school taking algebra, I always would think there was a lot of more choices that you could make work in there. You know, like X could be 2 or 3 different letters, or numbers rather. And my teacher was always like, no, if it's this, it has to be this. Well, but it could be,
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute.
And I love math. I love math. I love numbers.
Never got into that was my favorite subject, math.
Mhm. And now, funny thing, my daughter, who's a school teacher, all through high school, math was her least favorite subject.
Really?
Yeah. We went the last year that I went with her to an open house. It was at the high school, so it was probably 9th grade. She walks into the math class. The math teacher introduces herself. She says, "My name's Allison, and I hate math." And I'm like, "Oh my God!" It's like, don't tell the
right off the bat. Why not?
yeah. And he was like, "What do you mean you hate math?" And she's like, "It's my least favorite subject." And he says, "Well, what kind of grades do you get in math?" And she said, "Oh, I get straight A's. I just don't like it." And he was like, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh my gosh," So I told her, I said, just because you don't like something doesn't mean you say you hate it. It's not your favorite. Anyhow, she goes to college to become a teacher. She wants to teach first grade, and she wants to teach reading and writing. Well, she asked, you have to go do a year of student teaching in an actual class in an elementary school.
Yeah.
So when she was going through that process of they assign you what school, what class, what grade, and all that. You don't have a say in nothing. So of all the places around that she could have went, the furthest place away was a town called Thomasville. And it was like 45 minutes away from where we lived. And she said, "I don't want 3rd grade. I don't want Thomasville." I'm like, okay. So we wait, and finally she gets the email telling her, guess what? They want her to go to Thomasville, and she's in the 3rd grade. And not only is she in 3rd grade, but it's not reading and writing, it's math and science.
Oh, God.
She's like, that is the worst thing. That was like furthest from her.
What she wants to teach. Yeah.
And I said, well, what are you going to do? You can't very well go to the instructors and say, sorry, but I don't want to do that, And she said, no, I'm going to do it. But boy, oh boy, when I graduate and I get my first teaching job, it's going to be 1st grade reading and writing. I'm like, okay. She wasn't even 2 months into the school year, and she was loving the 3rd graders because they actually could think. Like the 1st graders, they're just learning how, they're talking, but they haven't really figured out how to really reason and think things through and all that. So they're like little sponges. They don't have their own opinions. The 3rd graders had some opinions, had some thoughts. She liked that. Then they started doing the curriculum, and she started learning what she would have to teach them in math and in the science. And she liked that. That was like the one part of math that she actually liked. So she was like, yeah, this 3rd grade math and science is not so bad, Well, when she graduated, her first job was teaching 3rd grade math and science. This is her 4th year teaching. Guess what she's taught every single year?
3rd grade
math and science.
Well,
loves it. And she said if she had to teach reading and writing, she could do it. If she had to go down a grade or 2, she could. If she had to go up to 4th or 5th grade, she could. But her favorite is 3rd grade math and science. The one thing
that she did not want to do.
She didn't. So
you think she could teach them cursive writing? I think that'd be the hardest thing.
I don't know. I don't think they have to learn cursive writing.
Did you learn cursive writing?
I did.
You don't know how to write cursive?
You know how to write? How about reading it? No.
Do you know how to read it?
Kind of.
Well, how are you going to sign? How do you sign your name? You print it?
Yeah.
Well, how are they supposed to, if they ever grow up and they got documents to sign and you have to do a signature, how are they supposed to be able to sign something when they've never learned cursive to sign?
Right.
That's what Mom was saying earlier.
I want to know that one. I do. Mine knows how to write cursive. But
unfortunately, with the computers, now it's legal for you to put an X as your legal signature. And on the computer, most of the time you have to give them like your email address or something, and that becomes your electronic signature, but you don't actually sign a signature.
Yeah, but what if it ever came down that you have to?
Yeah. Well, what about teaching them how to fill out a check, how to write a check?
Yeah, because you have to write it in cursive. You can't print it.
And you have to know, where you put what, put on it. You have to know, That's why that thing I sent you the other day about the 40 old-fashioned things that kids need to learn, know how to do before they're adults. We need to do some shows on that, because there's things that, that, yes, you're learning computers and you're learning technology and all that's wonderful, but what happens?
One day computers might go down and technology might go down.
Right.
And what are they going to do when kids don't know how to do this stuff?
Yeah.
Seriously, because you never know. It could automatically everything go down, and then us have to go back to the old ways, and nobody ain't going to know how to do it.
That's what somebody said. If you take away debit cards, credit cards, or it's either cash or check, most kids don't know anything about writing a check, and they don't know how to count change. So they wouldn't know if the person cheated them or, whatever about paying for stuff with cash.
Yeah.
They're used to,
Employer could teach you.
Yep.
not pay you what you think you're supposed to get paid.
Exactly.
Stuff they still need to learn. I don't care what they say. It's just because when we had that blackout
Mm-hmm.
and you had to have cash to buy groceries and stuff. We had a blackout here for 3 weeks. You couldn't
This
use your credit card or
didn't get
nothing.
us struck by YouTube, but what would happen if we went to war with a company, some country, and the way that they attacked us, not by shooting us, but by dismantling our computer system and everything?
Yeah, good.
What if our money is in a bank and we don't have any access to get the money out the bank?
Yeah,
Then what do we do?
we're really going to be in trouble.
We're really going to be in trouble.
It's like,
Okay, so did we ask you your dream job? Yes, working with animals. What were our other questions? Did you have questions for her, Norma?
do you have a learning disability?
Oh, yeah.
Did I have a learning disability?
Mm-hmm. You have ADHD, dyslexia, anything like that?
ADHD.
Is it hard for you to learn?
Yeah, sometimes.
And how old were you when you found out you had that? Were you a young kid?
Hey, Dad. How young was I when I got diagnosed with ADHD?
Oh, Dad don't know neither.
Do you take medication for it?
Yeah.
Can you tell a difference when you don't take the medication?
Mhm.
So are you
was the
glad that
highest
you
grade?
take the medication?
I'm
Do
sorry.
what?
Are you glad that you take the medication?
Mhm.
Yeah. I think Norma was asking what was
Your highest grade this year.
highest grade last year.
My highest grade?
Uh-huh.
I had A's and B's and C's.
What was your highest grade in?
Spanish, English, art, and that was it.
What was your lowest grade in?
Math, science, and then that was it.
Are you going to take Spanish this year?
Yes.
Is it important to learn a foreign language?
No, but I kind of want to learn that way because I have friends that speak Spanish. So,
It is important, though, to learn a foreign language
yeah.
because there are a lot of people in this country that speak other languages.
Yeah,
You know,
we got some around here we don't understand.
well, I took Spanish for 3 years in high school, but I can read it and I can understand when someone speaks it, but I can't speak it. I never could roll my tongue to roll the R sound. Or can you speak it well as far as making the pronouncing the words the way they pronounce them?
El Banco, El Hotel. And that's basically all I can learn right now. Because all the other words are like long and it's like a lot harder to pronounce.
Yeah.
That's what Dylan
But
said.
El Banco means bank, and then El Hotel means hotel.
Cool.
Dylan took it last year in college. He's still doing it. He done it 2 years in school, but he still can't speak it. He said it's hard to speak.
Yeah.
And they're trying to say English is the most hardest language to learn. But to us, I think something else would be harder. I mean, it might be for people that don't know how to speak English. They said the reason English is so hard because we got so much slang in ours.
Well, and also we don't speak the proper English.
Yeah.
Like if they were in England and learned English in England, we wouldn't probably understand what they were saying.
No,
You know.
because
But
we
now
put
I
much
think it's
slang in ours.
especially Spanish for the simple fact that you have so many countries that speak Spanish but speak
Yeah.
different dialects of Spanish. So what it would mean in one place, it wouldn't necessarily mean in another place.
Now, my brother-in-law that passed away, he could speak German.
Yeah.
I said I always wanted to learn German, but I never did.
I want to learn French. So when I go to Paris, I'll be able to say, but and French is weird.
Bonjour.
Yeah, bonjour. And um, 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 um,
I probably learned Spanish faster than I would French.
uh, it's just different. Oh, and I know the other thing about English. They say that both Spanish and French, it's backwards from how we say John went to the store.
Should have had a B8.
They would say
Hey,
store.
you couldn't have done it to me.
Like they turn it around. So they would say the word for store first. And like my name is Echo. They would say Echo is my name.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it's reversed.
That's whatever we say.
Yeah, like your subject, your verb, it's
Yeah.
backwards from how our sentence structure is.
Hey, English was my worst subject, so I don't go there.
So yeah, so that's part of the problem. And then too, just the different dialects and being able to understand, what they're saying.
Even in college, English was my worst subject. Never did care for English. Like,
I used to know all
it's like no.
I used to know all the punctuation. I used to know what you capitalized, what you didn't capitalize, how to make the, like wasn't instead of was not, all the contraction. I used to know how to make all of the. Now I'm like, what if I don't want to? Then I'll just say, I will. Like I'll be wanting to say I'll, and I'll be like, I can't remember. How do I do that? Is it one L or two L's? So it's like, oh, I'll just say I will. And I find myself doing that too because I don't spell real well. Yeah. So I'll use words that I do know how to spell as opposed to using words that I have to think about or I have to look up. Or
that's me.
Yeah.
My mom said I have my own language because I talk backwards all the time.
No, Norma take them out. Oh.
Yeah.
So you got any more questions, Norma?
None that I can think of right off.
Well, thank you for talking to us.
Yes, thank you for talking.
Yes, it was very enlightening talking to teenagers or, young preteens, I guess we call Natalie and Eli, but you're definitely in the teenage realm, aren't you? Yep.
Thank you for being on.
Yep.
We appreciate it.
Here's Mama back.
Okay. Have a good night.
Good night.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry about that. My daughter FaceTimed me, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
she lives in Michigan.
Well, excuse you.
Yeah.
No, I told Eli and Natalie go upstairs because they got their time. Bree was going to get her time. So.
Ah.
Yeah, because they would have been interrupted. That's why I had said they got to take turns. We got to have them one-on-one because otherwise they'll answer for each other. And I think that's pretty interesting, though.
Yeah.
They do have little thoughts and little,
Yeah.
I wonder at what age that starts,
Huh?
I said, I wonder at what age that starts, that they actually start.
Their own little thoughts about things.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
Natalie's always had her own thoughts about everything. So,
well, but see, I think
Natalie at
that
her age.
some of her problem is the learning disability and the ADHD. Some of it is that, but she's very smart.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I can tell by talking
tell
to her,
ya.
she's very smart, but she's also very opinionated, and you're not going to force me to do something I don't want to
Want to
do.
do?
That
Yeah.
And
sounds just like Rihanna too.
it's that opposition. You know, if you didn't
Yep.
tell her to do it, she would probably do it. But
Yeah.
because you want her to do a certain thing, she's automatically like, nope, not doing that. Nope, nope, wouldn't do that. Mm-mm.
No, you don't tell her. Nobody tells her, and believe me, she'll tell you about it.
Well, she may need to have a job where she is the boss because she may, say, no, I'm being totally serious. Some people can't work for somebody else. They can't have somebody telling them what to do.
She's easy to get along with, but her friends, nobody can tell her you ain't going to do this, because if you do, then she's going to write down and tell you, you ain't going to tell me what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which in a way it's good to have your own mind and to be able to determine what is right and wrong as far as like how you've been raised and what you believe in and all that. But then on the other hand, sometimes when you're a friend of somebody, you kind of have to overlook a few things because you got to let them be who they are too.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're like, well, if you don't fit this mold, then you can't be my friend.
I mean, Natalie likes everybody. I ain't seen nobody Natalie don't like. She gets along with everybody, but you cannot tell her, like Eli, tell her do this, do that. She ain't gonna do it unless I tell her to do it. She'll look right at him. She'll say, "You're not my boss. You're not going to tell me what to do. Nobody's going to tell me what to do unless it's Mama or Papa."
Mm-hmm.
She said, "I don't care who you are."
Mm-hmm.
And I have to tell her every time she goes to her Aunt Kayla's, you have to listen to your Aunt Kayla, because she has told Aunt Kayla, "You're not my mom. You're not my grandma."
Mm-hmm.
And her mom's even told her stuff to do, and she'll say, "No, you're not my mama. My mama don't tell me that." And she's very opinionated when you come to tell her doing something. No. Where Eli, he's kind of more laid back, and he'll listen until you make him mad. Then he'll say, "No, you ain't going to tell me to do this."
Yeah, and I think too that Eli would what is it they say, like, you go along to get along.
Yeah.
Like he would be less likely to actually say, "No, I'm not going to do what you say," or whatever. Whereas Natalie, I think, would be straight out. No. And I think Brianna too. I don't think anybody who's going to walk on her and convince her to do something she doesn't want to do. And I think it's easier to teach them how to kind of step away from that a little bit as it is to a kid who will just let people walk all over him to try to get them to.
I've tried to teach mine not to let people walk over.
Well, Rihanna is somewhat a follower too, and I'm trying to teach her she needs to be a leader, not a follower.
That's what I tried to teach.
Some parts of her, she's a follower, but there's a lot of things she's a leader, but a lot of things she likes to follow other people and do. And that's why she gets in trouble a lot, because she's, she wants to follow in and fit in, but it's not always the right thing to do to fit in.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like with my daughter, I had to teach her that, you kind of have a little something will be, telling you that's not the right thing to do. Like you'll get a sense of it, or like, oh, my mom wouldn't like it if I did that or whatever. But a lot of kids don't act upon that. They're like, yeah, but my friend said to do it, so I did it.
Well, and Rihanna's very sneaky too.
I would always tell my daughter, it's like you go to do something, you better be thinking about what would my mama say, what would my mama tell me to do, and then do that.
Something's wrong. What's wrong?
It's hard for kids growing up. It really is hard, I think.
Yeah. Kids have it a lot harder than. I mean, we had it hard growing up and stuff, but
we
there's
didn't
more
have access
pressure.
as
Yeah,
much as they have access to
yeah.
adult type things, you know?
Yep.
I mean, I feel like it's in
I
their
know a lot of
face,
stuff that
whereas
she
it wasn't
already
ours.
knows. At her age, I didn't know none of the stuff she knows.
Yeah.
Right. When I was Rihanna's age and Natalie's and Eli's age, I was out from daylight to dark, and my mom didn't have a care in the world. I was out riding my
You
bike,
just need to be
hanging
in
with my
when that big
girlfriend. As long as I was home by dinner time, I was cool. But
Yeah.
you can't do that with these kids these days because there's too much violence and everything else, kidnappings and
the kids
Well,
in school
trafficking and
today.
when I was growing up, you know, all the parents looked out for all the kids. Like
yeah,
sitting on that block, you know, you would you would listen to, you know, anybody's parent. If they told you something, you know, you'd listen to them.
yep,
You know, you never had the parents didn't have to worry like, oh well, I'm busy doing something, but I know so and so across the street, they're looking out, you know. So when
yeah,
we moved to town, and when my daughter was younger, you know, I wanted to live in that kind of neighborhood. I wanted a neighborhood with other kids and things. And my husband was like, "It's not the 1960s. It doesn't matter if there's neighborhood kids or not. You know, you got to watch them."
yep,
And it's so true. I mean, I would be like, if I can't hear you, which little girls, you know, they're always talking and laughing and, you know,
yeah.
giggling. And I'm like, if I open that door or look out the window and I don't hear you and I have to come looking for you, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you need to let
Well,
me
my
know.
notes, they have to be in.
Yard, playing in so-and-so's yard, whatever. But it didn't have that same trusting that you could trust your neighbors, you know, to look
Yeah.
out for kids. You know, I'm sure y'all trust each other, but you know, it's unusual, I think now. I think people more say to themselves and they don't.
Oh, I know. I know if Rihanna's over at Norma and Dennis's and she does something wrong, Norma will put her foot up her butt.
Got mad at me today.
Did she?
Oh God, yeah, she got mad at me. She told Eli I didn't have to have an attitude with her like I did, but she drove me nuts this morning. She kept texting me and texting me and texting me and texting me. I said, they don't want to come out right now. And I told her, I said, I said, young lady, I'm going to tell you something right now. You text my phone that many times in the morning again. When I tell you they don't want to come out, and I will let you know when they want to come out. I'm not letting you come over for 2 weeks.
I didn't know that. She didn't tell me that she was bugging you like that.
No. She just kept on.
Well,
And
I handled it.
like,
She handled her.
I told her, I said, I can't stay on top of my phone like that. I'm busy in the mornings.
Well,
Yeah,
next time she does that, Norma, text my phone and let me know because I just recently gave her a tablet back, so I didn't know she was texting you like that. Next time she does that, text my phone and let me know so I can get on her butt about it.
But then I come in and Eli come in and he said, Mama, you didn't. Brianna said you didn't have to get. So she said some word. I said, well, she needs to quit bugging me in the mornings.
Well, that's all right. She just won't be able to come over for about a week because of that. Because I told her
this morning. I said, don't do it again. She said, oh okay. And she goes,
well, I think kids think we keep our phones glued to our faces like they do.
Well,
they don't realize we get busy doing something, and it's like everybody that I text with,
Rihanna,
if I don't answer
your tablet,
your phone.
Where's your tablet?
It's not because I don't want to talk to you. It's just I'm busy doing something.
You're not going to get a TV or nothing for a long
Power down. You lost it. You don't need to be texting Norma back to back to back to back, and then you don't need to tell her that she don't need to be getting rude with you.
I didn't tell her that.
No, she told Eli that.
Told Eli that she didn't need to be rude.
I didn't say that.
Rihanna, so Eli's lying?
But
I never said that.
I said, because mine's got a certain thing for Facebook, and then it's got a thing for you, Echo.
Give me the tablet.
Things I leave on.
Here.
And the
You
only reason
lost
I
it.
leave it on Facebook in case it's one of my kids trying to get hold of me so I can hear it.
Yeah.
And I kept hearing it go off, and I come in here and I'm like, no. And
You don't tell an adult to tell.
I didn't tell
You told Eli that.
No, I didn't.
okay,
I know. I didn't.
but I said I can't keep my phone on. I keep it on in the morning on my charger, and that's
Yeah.
why I hear it when I'm working around the house.
Yeah.
Who in the world is texting me that many times early in the morning? You know, it's like 9:30, and I'm like, nobody texts me this early in the morning. You
And
know,
the
not
thing
like
is, I told her
at
not to
work.
be on Messenger anyway.
Yeah.
So she went behind my back anyway and done it. So I apologize.
Oh, that's all right. I told Eli, I said, I'll just tell her when she comes over. I let her come over. I said, she can get mad at me all she wants. But I said, between them two, because they's upstairs hollering, and I'm having to holler upstairs, can y'all quit hollering at the stupid TV? It's not nothing the TV's got to do with. It ain't going to listen to you. It can't hear you. So please quit screaming at the TV. Well, especially when they woke me up at 8 o'clock this morning screaming at a TV.
See,
Oh
that
my
would
God.
have made me mad. I would have been like, look.
I woke up and I went through there because, well, I thought they was hollering at each other. That's what woke me up.
Mhm.
And I got up and I went in there and here they're both sitting in the thing just blah, 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 blah. I was like, really? Seriously? You woke me up hollering at a TV? Seriously? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just now getting to where I'll sleep at, because I do this every year. I get to where I sleep in when it gets closer to school.
Yep.
I'm usually up at 5, 6 o'clock. Since school's getting close, I'm sleeping to 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
I do it every year, and then I have to get back to the routine of getting back up early again. I said I don't know why I do it to myself every year, and it's like,
I tell you what, I'd rather have the baby spend the night with me so I don't have to get up so early the next morning. And I should never have started that because I was getting up at 5:45 and I was awake by 6 o'clock when they rolled in here, you
yeah,
know. But it's like after a little while, it's like, man, tonight she might sleep till 7 or 7:30. It's
yeah,
like I don't want to have to get up at 5:45, you know.
yeah. But on
I'm
that,
I'm
I
bad
like
about
her.
staying up too late though at
You
night.
know, I have been here the last few nights, but Natalie, that's what shocked me because Natalie's usually in bed till 11, 11:30 till I wake her up. And for her to be up that early this morning, I thought, something seriously wrong.
She wanted to play.
Yeah, it's like,
Hmm.
because that's why I thought they fight. I thought Eli went in there and woke her up and they were fighting.
Mm.
That's what I thought. I thought, well, he got one of his little air up his butts and decided to wake her up. And, she was mad at him. And so they was arguing. And I know, I go in there and they're hollering at a TV at zombies of all things.
Mandy, did you have your test? All those tests you were going to have? Did you have them done?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the test results to come in.
Are you feeling better, or are you still
Uh,
having trouble?
I'm about probably 70% feeling better.
Well, that's good.
So, yeah, just waiting for them to call me and let me know what's going on.
Yeah. I think I got bursitis in my hip. That's
Mm.
what I know you ain't supposed to Google stuff.
I know. It's like,
But
let me Google that, okay?
it's like I kept thinking, can my back make my hip hurt as bad as it does? Because my back's so bad. And it brought up bursitis, and it shows that it can go from your back because usually my back hurts in my lower part of my spine, but when my hips start, it goes clear up to my ribs, and that's what bursitis is. And
Oh.
um, and then it hurts at night to sleep on that side, on my sides, either side. So, but I ain't gonna tell my doctor because my doctor could care less. He just looks at you like, oh, okay. you say anything to him, it's like,
See, my doctor's just the opposite. She'll try to find a medication to give me. She'll send me for tests. She'll say, "Oh, we could do physical therapy." I mean, she's
mine.
very thorough.
I told
My
him,
doctor is too.
I said, now the one I had before him, but he just, I don't know what happened. He just up and quit. I loved him to death. I had him for years. I couldn't ask for a better doctor. Then we had to change doctors, and they sent us to these other doctors. But it's just like he wants us to come every 3 months, which I never went to the other doctor every 3 months, and get blood work every time I come in. And I told him, me and my husband both told him, we can't afford to have blood work every 3 months. We have to pay the copay, and we got other bills when you run these tests on me. And I said, I've got a kidney doctor I have to see every 6 months, and I have to have tests done for him. Between them and trying to pay for them all year on a fixed income, it's hard.
Yeah.
And he don't care. Well, get blood work done before you come back in 3 months. And it's like, we're supposed to go back next month. I don't even know if I'm going back or not.
See, my doctor, she'll say, "You want to come back in 3 months? You want to come back in 4 months, 4.5 months, 5 months?" I mean, she don't care. When if I say no, I'm good. Just renew. She sometimes wants to see you before she'll renew your prescriptions.
Yeah.
But she had a baby about 6 months before my granddaughter was born. So she started giving her patients that she knew, took their medicine like they're supposed to. She'd give them a year's supply prescription to where they wouldn't have to because she was going to be on maternity leave and all that, and they wouldn't have to be trying to get the office to get somebody to get their prescriptions refilled. Yeah. Well, even after she came back, she left me on the ones, mine are good for a year. So if I don't need anything, but she does like to keep because of my sugar, she likes to keep me checked, on that. But
yeah.
But if I called and said, matter of fact, when it was time for me, like back in February, to get my mammogram and my eyes checked. And I was watching the baby all the time, and I was like, I don't want to have to take the baby to the hospital and all that, And so I said, well, can I wait? I said, come June, I won't have the baby all the time, and I'll be able to do it then. And she was like, sure. Well, I go back June the 4th. She didn't even ask me if I'd had them done because she hadn't got the results. And I was like, I forgot. I said I'd get them done first part of June. So I didn't do them until almost middle of July. So now next year, when it comes time for them to be due, see, it'll be in the summer, and I'll be good to go.
Yeah.
I can go.
I get my stuff done while the kids are at school because I've got time to go without them.
Right. So she didn't even ask me, which was good because I would have had to say, I don't really have a good excuse. I just kind of forgot I said I'd do them in June, Luckily, when I did call, both the places were able to get me in pretty quick. It wasn't like, I had a 6-week wait or something,
Well, I told him, I said, the doctor said, my kidney doctor said you could give me something for my back to help me with it. Because, or something for my arthritis, something, to help with my arthritis real bad. Mm-hmm. And he said, well, I can't give you that unless the kidney doctor says. And I told him what the kidney doctor, and he still would not give me nothing to help with the pain when I'm in pain or get out in my back. And I told him, I said, what I'm supposed to do? Well, we'll see you in 3 months. That's all he said. I'm like,
well, see, with my doctor, even though she's just a family, practice or whatever, but she'll give me stuff for my back. She'll give me muscle relaxers. She'll give me, if I'm complaining about my arthritis or something like that. I mean, she might want to run a test or something, but she will treat whatever, and even like diabetes there for a while. She was like, I might need to send you to a specialist to get it under control. But then once we got it under control, she was like, unless you want to go to it, and mine costs like $45 copay.
See, mine does too every time I go.
And I'm like, I don't need a specialist. I'm good with coming to see you,
That's why I'm glad I only see my kidney doctor twice a year because I pay $35. And then I have to pay for the blood work to get done because they have to check for my kidneys to make sure they're right.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went in the last time to the family doctor, my feet were legs were swelling real bad.
Mm.
And I told him that. And he said, okay, we'll keep an eye on him. Well, then a month and a half, I had to go to my kidney doctor, and he noticed that. He said, Norma, your legs, feet been swelling like this a lot. And I said, yeah, they've been swelling up real bad. He changed my water pill real fast. He said,
Yeah.
no. He
Mhm.
said, what'd your family doctor say? And I said, he didn't say nothing. He just said, okay, And he goes, well, your sugar's high. And I said, well, they got me on a sugar pill. Well, what's he going to do about that? And I said, nothing. Just keep me on the sugar pill. I didn't know what to say. What am I supposed to say? He didn't say he's going to do anything. He just looked at me and he said, well, I'll test your sugar again when we come back the next time. He said, if he don't do something, I will do something. Because my kidney doctor, he's very,
But see, sugar on the kidney is bad.
yeah. He told me, he said, who do you go to? And I told him, he didn't say anything. And then I said, well, doctor, I tell him all this stuff. And I said, he just looks at me. And I said, I know I need to find me a new one. He just shook his head like, yeah.
Yeah. And that's one thing I will say. She doesn't just, she takes into consideration that I am diabetic,
Yeah.
And like she doesn't just say, well, you're old and you're overweight. That's why you hurt. That's why this. That's, she's like, well,
that's what mine says. You're just getting old.
Yeah.
Well, I know that. You didn't have to tell me that part. I knew that.
Like, the diabetes does play a role in that, and it does make a difference. I can't sit in that
now
chair.
You're on the ground.
I'm moving it back down. This chair is a lot lower than that desk chair.
Well, this one, the desk chair, I had to put up as high as it'll go. My feet don't even touch the floor. So
All right, ladies, you guys have a good night. I'm going to get off here. My phone's about dead, and I don't want it to go bloop, without saying goodbye to you guys.
All right.
All right, bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
But I said, my doctor, I've got to figure out something.
No, my doctor's good. I really like that she keeps up with stuff, and it's funny because we have what they call My Chart, which is like an app, and I can look in there and I can read what she wrote about me, and all that, my test results and all that kind of thing. And I never really paid much attention to it, but the last time I went, I said, let me read what this office visit summary says. And so I read it, and something I had told her, that I was using lettuce, make like a lettuce wrap for a sandwich instead of using bread for the sandwich. And so she had put that in my after visit that, the patient has changed her diet and is using lettuce wraps instead of sandwich bread and whatever, and I was like, well, I guess she does pay attention to what I'm saying.
Yeah. I
So
wish
that's good.
Now his, what do you call them, practitioners?
Uh-huh.
They do better than he does. If I see one of them, I get more done if I see one of them than I do him. And I said, that's bad.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Because eventually you'll be like, let me just see the nurse practitioner. I don't
want to see him. Forget him.
And I like too, my doctor's office, the group is, they're all at the same, at the hospital. They're like not owned by the hospital, but they're affiliated with the hospital.
That's ours.
So if you go to anybody else for anything else, like when she sends me to the heart doctor, to the lung doctor, whatever, she automatically knows what's going on with that. I don't have to be like, well, I went to the lung doctor and they told me this, that, and the other. She'll be like, okay, this is what the lung doctor's report said. What did he tell you? Like see if they told me anything different than what, or anything like that, which I like that part. And I also like the fact that, if I have to be put in the hospital, because my previous doctor was in a different town and she couldn't go to our hospital.
Yeah.
So if I had got
our doctors don't go, they're affiliated with our hospital, but when you go in our hospital here,
It has a hospital doctor.
It's got hospital doctors, not your doctors. They got. That's
Yeah.
why I was telling Mary because she couldn't understand why her doctors didn't come in. And I said they got their own doctors to come in.
Mhm.
They'll talk to your doctors, but your doctors don't come in. And she
Yeah.
said, well, the last time he come in, and I said, well, I don't know how, but even
Well,
when
I think that's pretty recent that, a lot of the places are going like that. So
yeah,
I'm not sure how, how it would be or whatever,
yeah, I'm
but
like
now
they got their own doctors that check you.
I
They'll
had trouble.
tell them, your doctor's name so they can check your files.
Yeah,
It's all on the same computer. They can look in them now.
right. Well, I had trouble during the C because they were doing the telemed visits over the phone, video visits. And I had a really bad cough and really bad breathing trouble. And I called the office one day and I was like, I need to see the doctor. She needs to listen to my chest. And they were like, oh, no, we can't, da 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 da, whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the emergency room because, you're not letting me see the doctor. Well, here I'm in the emergency room and here comes my doctor. And she's like, what's going on? And she did not know that they refused to let me see her.
Wow.
But because I was in the emergency room, they put a call into her office, and whoever answered the phone was not the same person who refused to let me see her. So they told her, that I was in the hospital. So she comes to the hospital emergency room freaking out, wanting to know what's wrong with me, and I said, well, I've got this nasty cough. She's like, I know, because I'd had the telemedicine visit and everything. And she was like, I know you do. And it's not any better. And I was like, no, it's getting worse. And I wanted you to, hear it. And she's like, well, all you had to do was call the office and come in and see me. And I said, oh, no, I called your office. I begged them to let me see you. I told them I'm going to die. And they said if I was going to die, then I needed to go to the emergency room. So that's why I'm in the emergency room, because I felt like I was going to die, And she was like, oh, no, she was. And now some of those people that were working there back then are not there any longer.
I don't blame them.
They got let go because of that incident, but there may have been other incidents. And a lot of times the doctor doesn't know what the front end people are doing unless a patient tells them.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was none too happy about that.
I don't blame her. I wouldn't have been either.
And she said, it would be different if you were the kind of patient that was constantly, calling up her, being harassing and all that. She said, but you don't say anything unless you need something. And I'm like, exactly. And that's why, I'm like, I know I'm having the telemed visits with her every so often, but it's not getting any better. And I don't want to. And I have a bad history with pneumonia, and I was very afraid I would get pneumonia.
He's getting on him. Eli and Natalie, get down there. Get down there. I knew they'd go up there and wake him up.
Mm-hmm.
Getting too loud. Eli, Natalie and you now. I can tell they woke him up. He's not happy.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, well, he gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And they know that. And they're like, no, we won't. No, we won't. No, we won't. No, we won't. No, there ain't no story to it. No more. Will it happen again? Go in the living room. Where's Eli? No, he's getting down here too. Well, he's getting down here too. Go sit down. Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you. But
well, we may have to do our lives in the daytime when school starts back up.
Yeah.
When the kids are at school, and like we'll try to figure out like maybe 1 o'clock or something, when if I get the baby to take a nap or something,
Yeah, that'd work a lot better.
try to do it then or something because you know,
Yeah, because 9 times it's going to be filled with me trying to get homework done, and then
yeah,
teams start back. So, and I don't know when. If Natalie's on the performance team, I'll be at the dance studio most likely because she has to do more dances.
yeah,
They're going to have them more than one night a week now. So,
yeah.
and then
Well, and until we get
their count.
viewers up, you know, I mean, we really don't even need to be doing the lives as long as we keep doing our videos. And maybe we just do, instead of doing it as a live, we just do the presentation like a video, but do it like, you know, we would do the presentation and just do the videos,
Yeah.
you know, or, you know, I don't care. I'll do whatever you want to do, you know. I just don't want it to be a stress on you.
Let's try Tuesday nights to at least finish out the trivia because what we had couples started already playing.
Yeah.
Maybe not as long as we're planning on because then that'll run into school unless they can come on during the day and do it.
Oh, well, see, they might not be able to because most of them are,
Teachers, ain't they?
yeah, people working too.
We might have to cut that short.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure something out. I just don't want to put any more on you than necessary because I know you're going to have your hands full.
Yeah, when school starts, I will.
Starts, you will definitely have your hands full.
Yeah. So.
And I mean, we might have to do it that we can do it live together in the daytime, and then maybe I just do the trivia at night.
Yeah.
You know, and let you not come on the trivia time or something if it's, you know, interferes with mutes or whatever. I don't know. We'll think of something.
Yep, we'll come up with something.
We'll come up with something.
We'll manage it. We always do. It's real life. It's real life. You have to work around it.
That's right. That's right. We have to figure it out. So
I'm glad everybody that watched came. And
yep. Anybody watches on the replay, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think.
And subscribe. Hit the thumbs up.
Yep. Share.
Get out there better to where we can get more people. So
yeah, it will. I think we're up to 80 subscribers now. So I think once we hit 100, I think the algorithm thing.
I know after tomorrow, you can't hide how many subscribers you got. So
yeah,
people will be telling on themselves.
The ones that have been hiding it, they surely are.
We better watch.
They surely are.
It's going to come out.
It's going to come out. But we're okay to only have 80. We're just
we're low. We don't care.
Yeah, we don't care. We're not trying to compete with anybody either.
Out here trying to say we're better than somebody else. We just doing this for fun.
Yep.
And
trying to if we help somebody along the way and have some fun, it'll be great.
Yeah.
And if not, at least we became friends.
It's like God, love your neighbor as you would yourself. Even though sometimes you don't love your neighbor, but you got to try real, real hard to love
real hard to. That's right.
And pray about it. Like, please help me on this one.
That's right.
I enjoy it. So
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Gives us something to do. Gives us something to do in our retirement age.
That's right. That is exactly right. We got to have it because it does help keep your mind busy when you got something to do and something to learn. It really does help your mind.
And after school starts, I'm going to start video and crafts because I can set it up better. That way they don't come in and knock my camera over, knock paint over or something. And
right.
Everything I got. I know she would.
No, you never would do that.
Never. Not that child.
No.
She's a pure little innocent child with a halo on there with the horns sticking up behind it. With them little horns sticking up there. Even though she's got that halo on. I love them to death, though. I don't know what I'd do with them.
Oh, I know.
It's in my life, so. It's hard.
And when they're grown, they're gonna look back and they're gonna be appreciative of everything you've done.
Hey, I got to talk to my son last night. I haven't talked to him for a long time. He called me we talked for over an hour.
Wow. Good.
That's where he works so much.
Uh-huh.
And you can tell he works a lot. Poor little thing, he looks rough.
Oh.
And I really worried about his wife. She's low on iron. She's having to take infusions, but she's still working. And then now she's found out she's got to get a hysterectomy. And I teased her last
Oh, she
night,
was
and I
losing
said,
blood, bleeding too much.
I
Yeah.
said, guess what? You're getting old. And she said, oh, just leave me alone. Terry said, I told her she's getting old. I said, you better watch her. You'll be in the doghouse, buddy.
I did a video call with my ex and his wife so they could see the baby today, and we were talking about like some of the toys that like my daughter had when she was little,
Yeah.
stuff. And I said, Allison will say, "Oh, I watched that show when I was a kid," or "I did this," or "I did that," and she's gonna be 25 in September.
Yeah. My baby's
Not
not.
a chicken anymore either. It's like, gosh,
My
time just gone
baby
by.
is, let's see, she's 30. Lord, I never forgot how old my baby is. Wait a minute, not there. I swear my brain's gone. 38.
Oh,
Baby is. See, I told you I'm getting old. My baby's 38. My
yeah.
oldest grandson is 22, almost 23. So, and my youngest one, I think, is a year old. I don't even know how old my youngest one is. That's awful. I got too
Well,
many to know.
see, I didn't have, I turned 35 a couple months after I had Allison. So there's like 34, almost 35 years difference between me and her. And then she had the baby when she was 23, turning 24. So, yeah, she turned 24 after she had the baby, and now she's fixing to turn 25. But it's just, if I had had kids when I was in my 20s, then
Yeah,
my kids would be, because I'm fixing to be 60. So
yeah.
my kids could be 40 and they could have 20-year-old kids,
See, now, my first child was born, I was 21 before I had my first one. And, well, let's see, I was 21 when I got pregnant with him, I think. Wait a minute. No, I was 21 when I had him. I was 20 when I got pregnant, and I had him when I turned 21. My second one, I was 23. And then Brandy came 5 years later. So 28. So,
Yeah, see,
and
so I didn't even
my
have,
oldest one's 44.
I didn't have the
I'm
first until I was almost 35.
And I'll be 66 this year in September. So Dennis just turned 66, and I'm getting ready to turn 66. So we're over the hill already, going down the hill.
I'm not
We're on
60
the other
in
side
the
of the hill.
new 40s.
Hey, 60s are the young 40s now. So
Yep.
that's what I was always told. I'm like, yeah, okay. My body don't feel like it some days, but
But I tell you what, coming up to 60, I feel better than I felt coming up to 58
well,
because my sugar being in better shape now.
yeah,
It does make a difference. It really does. And it's really stupid that I've been not in denial, but I mean, I haven't paid it as much attention as I need to.
yeah.
I was reading something the other day that said, actually, when you have diabetes, you're supposed to eat at the same time every day,
I
your
can't.
medicine at the same time every day. I am bad about that kind of stuff.
Now I take it in I take 2 little pills. They're little tiny pills. They're not very big dosage for my sugar, but I do take the one in the afternoon at the same time. I take it at 5 o'clock every day. Now the morning, it's because where I get up different times. Sometimes I'll get up and take it as soon as I get up. Sometimes I forget and I don't take it till noon, which is not
I'm
good.
usually I'm pretty good about checking my sugar and taking my medicine when I get up.
Now,
But
see, I need to
I
do
get
that. I check
full.
my sugar as soon as I get up. Before I drink anything or anything,
Yeah,
I check my sugar as soon as I get up.
but I'm just bad
But
about not getting up at the same time.
I don't take my pill when
Yeah.
I should just automatically take my pill after I take my sugar. I need to
Hmm.
get in the habit of doing that because I ain't been on them that long to get in the habit. But I set a
Yeah.
timer on my phone to go off at 5 o'clock, so I know to take it. If not, I'd forget to take it.
Well, and I mean, I take a lot of pills, and
Yeah.
it's like my theory is I got to have them all gone before I go to bed.
Yeah.
But it's like, and I've decided which ones I'm going to take when. Like I have some that make me drowsy, so of course I'm going to take them before I go to bed. I'm not going to take them in the morning, but it's kind of like
It does that. So I take it.
some I have to take twice a day. So I take them in the morning, and then I take them in the early evening, like after dinner maybe, and then I have ones I take before bed. But it's like
I take mine in the morning.
these days I get ready to go to bed, and I look, and it's like the whole thing is still full. And I'm like, dang, you didn't take nothing all day. So then I'll sit there and I'll be like, well, I don't want to take two of these together.
Yeah.
I don't, so it's like, well, I need my heart. Well, I need this, so it's like I'll be picking and choosing what I take, which is not good.
Take mine in the morning, and then I take mine at nighttime. Because the one, it's like a leg for my legs, and it makes me drowsy. He did tell me I could start taking it in the morning because my legs was getting jittery. What do you call it? Leg syndrome.
Yeah, I got that too.
They was getting earlier in the night than usual. And he said if I wanted to take them twice a day. He gave me enough to take twice a day. I haven't started though. Because I'm always afraid that if I take them in the morning, then I got to go somewhere and I'll be sleepy and I don't want to drive.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
And I take 3 or 4 things that all say they're supposed to make me drowsy.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take any of them before I'm ready to go to bed because, like you said, if you have to drive, I don't know how each one individually react, how sleepy they make me.
Yeah.
So
I only take one that makes me sleepy, and that's the Lyrica.
I take that. I take for the nerve pain.
Yeah, the nerve pain.
Because
I've got it real bad in my hand.
I take an allergy pill that makes me sleepy. I take the one for restless legs, and there's a breathing pill to help me breathe better. It makes you drowsy.
I see. I've got stomach problems too, so I was taking my stomach pill in the morning. Well, I'd still get real nauseated and everything. And they told me to start taking it at night. Well, if I take it at night, now I ain't been getting nauseated. So
yeah.
Why don't you try to take it at night and see how that does? And that worked a lot better taking it at night.
Well, and I take my thyroid medicine on an empty stomach first thing.
Yeah.
And then I was taking my stomach medicine with my other morning medicine after I'd eat breakfast. And I would get the worst heartburn and just feel nauseated and feel like I was going to throw up and stuff. And I started taking it with my thyroid pill first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. I don't have that problem anymore.
Oh, well, see, I take mine at night. And
it would literally feel like, because I take 2 capsules, and it would feel like those capsules were stuck in my throat. Like they didn't dissolve all the way, but it was actually heartburn. Is what it was.
I don't get heartburn. I just get real nauseated, like I'm going to puke. And it's like, I can't. I've got ulcers. I got 2 ulcers.
Yeah.
I don't know why? I wouldn't know why.
Yeah, I wouldn't know why. You're not under any stress. What are you talking about? No.
Not under one bit of stress. Wouldn't know why. She's sitting in there like, not me. Love her heart.
I'll tell you.
It's a pain in the butt, but I still love her.
She's sweet and she's her own person, and she's not gonna let nobody walk all over her. Yeah. I mean, I like that about her, but I don't like the fact that she's hard-headed. It's like, how many times I got to ask you to do this?
It's like, or she'll forget, and I'm like, how do you forget so easy? But I guess it's the ADHD, because that's the only thing I can think of. And she hides so much stuff inside of her. She won't talk to her counselor. She said, I don't have to talk to her. I ain't going to. And I said, Natalie, that's why she's there, to help you deal with your problems. Mm-hmm. You can talk to her. Well, she'll tell you. And I said, no, she can't tell me everything. She might tell me a little bit, but she don't tell me everything you say in there. I don't know nothing you say in there.
Yeah.
Not allowed to. She has to keep that personal. That is your rights.
Yeah.
I said, but you need to open up to her and let her know how you feel about things, and it could help you do better. And I think she has done, because she has been doing a little better. There's some days that she still has a lot of trouble, and then there's other days that she don't. So maybe, I don't know if she is or she ain't. I don't ask because I don't want her to feel like I'm invading her space.
Mm.
So I try to be calm.
And part of it's up to that therapist to be able to get her to talk.
Well, she tried to. There's certain things she won't talk about.
Yeah.
The therapist knows that. And she said, because she's never mentioned them.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I'm trying, but she's not opened up yet. So, and I know sometimes it could take kids years before they open up. I've heard one little girl went there and she didn't talk, didn't say nothing. She just go sit the whole time, wouldn't say a word. It took 5 years to get that child to talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
But she finally started talking. I said, well, might happen with her.
Mm-hmm.
Then she asked me the other day, why do we go to therapy? And I said, so she can help you. That's, to help you deal with things. If you got a problem, you go to her and talk. And she can't tell nobody. She can't tell nobody. I said, no, she can't tell nobody. She keeps a file, everything you say. And I said, yeah, she does have a supervisor that looks at it. But she can't come out here and say, well, Natalie did this, she said that. I said, she can't come out and tell Mama what you say. She's not allowed. And she said, oh, but why do we go? I just explained to you. And I said, okay, we'll just talk about it some other day. But Eli, he just goes, he said, can I tell her anything? And I said, yeah, that's the reason she's there. He said, okay. And I don't know what he tells her, but, and she's worked with Natalie. The better Natalie is, she's doing a sticker thing with Natalie now. And she asks me if Natalie's doing better, then Natalie gets a sticker. I guess she gets something at the end of it. I don't know what they got worked out. So we'll see. You'll tell her? She's going to tell you.
Okay.
What is it?
Okay. So every 2 months, if I get, so I get a sticker every 2 weeks if I'm good. And if I get 3 out of 4 stickers, she'll get me a prize or we get to do something.
So that's a goal for her to work for.
She said it started yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So she got a sticker yesterday.
All right.
I told her, I said, if you act like you've been acting today, you ain't going to get that sticker next time. If you want that sticker, you better start acting like you did yesterday. I said, because if she asks me, I'm not going to lie to her. Oh, okay, and whatever it is that you all are doing.
It's a prize winning machine.
A prize winning machine, okay. So,
But you can't tell anybody that.
okay, I can't tell. You can't tell nobody that now. You everybody here, nobody tell nobody that. It's like,
I know. I think they just think it's just me and you talking. Like,
yeah.
Somebody could watch this,
Natalie, you just told everybody that watches this. What?
Okay. Anybody who heard that, forget. Just
You
forget.
didn't hear it. Erase your mind. You did not hear that. Okay. We told them to erase their mind. They did not hear it.
I didn't hear it. It's all gone now. Nobody knows what we were talking about.
You don't know who's watching these when you're on here. So you have to, you don't want nobody to know nothing. You don't say it then.
Yeah.
Okay? It's only meant for echo.
Yeah.
Nobody else. People.
That's when we do a video call on the phone.
When we're on this and we're talking to Echo face to face, that's when you tell her stuff like that, okay? Not on YouTube. Yes. She forgot we was on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I said. She thinks we're just sitting here talking.
Mhm. It's like, I need to remind her, I guess, from now on. It's like, we're live, we're on YouTube. You
We're
can't
done. Yeah.
want nobody to know. You better hush.
Well, it's a good thing that we include them in the show because I could see us trying to be like, oh, we got to get something to put over their little heads because they bob through.
You can't keep them out of it. They just go.
Well, and the baby too. If she was awake, she'd be all up in it
Oh
too.
yeah, she'd be all trying to grab your phone and everything else. Throw me on the floor again. She's mean to me.
She's mean to everybody. Although she was trying to talk to her grandpa and her nana, but she was wanting to touch them through the phone. Like she couldn't figure out why she could touch them, but she couldn't touch them.
Yeah.
And she kept jerking it from me, like, and I'm trying to hold it up so they can see her, And then she tried to jerk it away from me. And then she didn't put it in her mouth any, which she used to just put it in her mouth. But now the thing is, get it and throw it. It's like, no, you can't throw
Throw
my
us
phone.
to see how far you could throw us.
It's like they want to talk to you and see you. They don't want to be thrown on the floor. And one time they were face down looking at the carpet. I'm like, just a minute. I gotta get up and pick you up.
I'm gonna get you.
It's like, hang on, I'm sorry.
Drop me on the floor. She threw me on the floor. She didn't drop me. She threw you.
Well, and the bad thing about it is that there's two shelves.
Yeah.
I was going to put it on the lower one, and I thought to myself, no, she'll be able to reach that. So I put it up on the higher one. Well, doggone, if she don't stand up on the change, grabbed it, and then chucked it down behind the changing table. I'm like, oh, you
threw me on the floor. You threw me on the floor. She didn't care.
No, she didn't care. And then she wasn't happy when I had to put her in the packing place so I could move the changing table to get the phone back.
Do what?
So just for a minute.
No, you ain't allowed to have Mountain Dew. I don't allow you to.
Oh,
if you wasn't on it, you wouldn't drink Mountain Dew.
Not at 10 o'clock at night. She don't need a Mountain Dew.
I won't let them drink Mountain Dew. Doctor said, even my doctor said that's the worst drink you can drink. It hypes them. They don't need nothing to hype them up no worse than they're hyped up. So, no. And it's nothing but sugar. That's what.
And caffeine.
Yeah, Mandy and them drink. They drink it like Gunell style. It's like.
That's not good.
No. I said, every time you turn around, you see them carrying the case of Mountain Dew in there. And I'm like, Lord, help them people. They ain't going to have no teeth. They ain't going to have.
I mean, when you think about it, they tell you pour Coca-Cola on your battery terminals to eat the battery acid off of it. So it's
or put it in your toilet to clean your toilet.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I guess anything you drink, it's gonna kill you anyway.
I mean, as long as I'm at home, I drink water or I get the Crystal Light flavoring that I put in the water.
I can't keep water.
But
I can't drink water out of our faucet, so I buy water. But I go to get one, and we ain't never got one because they drink it up faster than I can buy it. Or like ice. I want a cup of ice. I bet you 10 to 1 I bought a bag. No, you ain't getting no cup of ice.
I said I had a cup of ice.
Yeah. Got the biggest cup she could get and filled that sucker up. I said, the rate you're going, I won't get none of this ice neither. I didn't get none of the last bag. No, Natalie, you're not getting none. Put that shade down in the back. No. I know too.
But if I go out somewhere, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I want a Coke.
Allison.
Is Allison on?
Yeah. Hi.
I'm this late.
She's like, finally got a break. I'm coming on.
She probably woke up. She probably was sleeping.
That's her daughter.
Knowing her, she probably took a nap.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
She ain't.
Hi.
She won't get up on us. You want to come up? Watch her. Natalie goes, "Can I see her?" And I said, "I doubt she'll come up." She's like, "No." I told you she wouldn't.
I am not dressed properly. I don't have my hair fixed.
She sits in the background and talks to us as she's over there, but she won't let us see her. She hides from us. She hides from us. I'm ready for bed. Hey,
I'm ready for bed. Yeah.
I'm in my
You were
pajamas.
in bed. Don't lie. You were probably already in bed.
Tonight I'm not in my pajamas for once.
She probably was in bed taking a nap, fell asleep, and then she woke up and she seen we were still on, and she was probably like, "Well, what are they doing? They
Yep.
should get off of there. They should have been done."
I know. I gotta get mine in the bed anyway. Shh. You don't need to talk so loud. That's why you got trouble when you're down here. You yell. You don't talk. You yell.
Oh, she says no nap. Okay.
No nap. Oh well.
What
I don't get naps neither.
are you doing? Let's see what she says.
No Pearl. Allie put the shade down on the door.
I was on earlier when Mary was on.
Natalie.
Didn't say anything.
Please. What are we doing? Oh, what? Oh, that's what she said. What are we doing? I don't know what we're doing. I was on earlier when Mary was on. Oh, okay. I didn't see you then. Did you talk?
She said, I ate and then I watched some shows.
Oh, okay. I didn't see you then. Did you talk?
She said, I ate and then I watched some shows.
Oh, okay. I didn't see you then. Did you talk? Oh. She said, I ate and then I watched some shows.
Well, Allison, your daughter had a video chat with Grandpa and Nana. Echoing with the phone. She said we were talking, so she didn't want to bother us.
Okay.
That's okay. You could have bothered us. We were just
talking. The kids wouldn't have cared. We wouldn't have cared.
We could have said, we got an actual school teacher going to interview you. See what
you should have done the interviews for us to the kids. Because you're a school teacher. You could have asked them all kinds of questions for us. We interviewed Mary's daughter. She come on and we interviewed her.
We were interviewing fools. We would have interviewed anybody.
Right off, please.
Anybody who wanted to be interviewed, we interviewed them.
Did you turn it off?
Oh, she's not officially on the clock yet, so she couldn't. She wouldn't have
off. No, it's still on.
You could have done it for free.
Okay. It's off, I think. Close that shade there. I guess that's the big light outside. That's why it looks like it's on. I'm not officially on the clock yet.
So I said she could have done it for free. We didn't say we were going to pay you to do it.
No pay in this job. No pay. I tell you.
You're part of the Real Life Happens team. You don't get paid.
You don't get paid for this job. We do this for fun.
That's right.
No payment. Just for the fun of it. And 2 aggravating kids.
Just wait. Wait till Anais can pull up a chair and chat.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll be talking away to us.
What is it like to have a baby brother or a baby sister? And she'll be saying, yeah, no.
No. What are you doing, Natalie Bruce? Get out of there. You done ate dinner. You had tacos to the glory. Get out of there. That child wants to eat 24/7. She's already back in there eating, and we just ate before we came on. She had big old tacos or burritos, whatever you call them. I don't use taco shells. I use the big
Mm-hmm.
tortillas, and I use the big ones to make them tacos in. And they eat two or three of them a piece.
Wow.
I can't eat. They eat more than I do. I said, as much as I eat, I ought to be this big around, but I'm this big around, so
That's me. Half the time I feed the baby and I forget to feed myself.
Eli goes, Mama, you don't eat nothing. And I said, yeah, but I'm big for somebody that don't eat nothing. I just forget
I
to
think
eat.
I can smell food and gain weight.
Yeah, that's me. I look at it or smell it. Yeah.
I don't have to technically eat it.
Natalie, come on, get out of there, please. You can't. Please don't put apple peeling all over my kitchen again like you did yesterday. She had dried apple peelings where she peeled her apple. I got up this morning, it was everywhere. Pieces of it was everywhere. She didn't even offer to pick none of it up and put in trash.
Mm.
Did you? You kind of forgot it. How do you forget apple peel laying in front of you when you see it laying there? Well, I think I'm going to get off here so I can get her out of the kitchen and put her to bed.
Okay.
Um, I'll get out of the kitchen because I told her she had to go to bed. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you got to learn to go to bed. Here, real soon, you're going to go to bed back to your regular time and get up. No, not no 9. I'm getting out. Watch her. I'm getting out.
I don't want you to miss your best friend.
Did you clean your mess up? No, see, that's what I thought.
Uh,
So Papa will get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and start yelling. See, I talk to her every day. I don't. I miss her. I like to meet her in person, give her a big hug, but that's kind of hard to do. Yeah, maybe one day we will.
yeah, we will one day.
Uh, one of my friends that I met on the internet, when Aleene's, I don't know if you know Aleene's tacky glue. Have you ever heard of Aleene's tacky glue?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's a glue. This bottle right here. This woman used to have a website, and she had a chat room that we all went in. Well, I got, I had 3 ladies from Canada that I talked to. One of them passed away on us, and uh, then one in Tennessee. Glow was in Tallahassee, Florida, and Diane's in Tennessee. And we all still, all these years ago, please don't do that. Uh, it's been, God, 10, 11 years ago that we
Wow.
met, and we still talk. We're all friends on Facebook and everything. I mean, we don't talk as much as we used to, but Glow, the one from Tallahassee, she flew in, and we went and picked her up at the airport, and she stayed with us for like a week.
Wow.
Best time.
I
And
don't
then,
remember that.
because you weren't born then when she came in. But Dylan was young. He was here.
Mhm.
And we had the best time. I said, and then she went home, and we still stay in contact. She's in a nursing home now because her health's real bad. She
Oh.
never did get married. I
Hmm.
never had no kids. She always took care of her brother. He had trouble, and he passed away. Let's see, it's probably been about 5 years ago. And then a couple years after that, her health got real bad. But um, I hadn't talked to her for a long time. And then on Facebook the other day, she wrote Dennis a big long thing, put things on for his birthday. She said, I'm sorry I haven't talked to you for a while.
Aw.
But
Sweet.
we all still stay in contact. We try to send each other Christmas cards every year.
Mhm.
Georgia, let's see, I never did find out. Her family never did tell us. She had a lot of health problems. The one that lived in Georgia, Canada. Uh, we just, I guess it's her son that notified all of us, said that she passed away. Lord, that broke my heart up. I still got stuff that she sent us from Canada that, like for our anniversaries and stuff, that I won't get rid of. I got a little chalkboard and all kinds of stuff that I still got. And I think of her because she was such a sweet lady. And Dennis had, where he used to drive a truck, he had some Canadian money. And we sent it to her. Oh, that tickled her death because their money's worth more than our money is.
Oh, okay.
And that tickled her to death that we sent her that money. Yeah, we put it in a box with some other stuff and mailed it to her. So it wouldn't have paid us to turn that back in over here because American wouldn't have paid much for it.
Yeah.
So we just sent it to her. But I guess in Canada, you don't pay for insurance or nothing, or your medical bills, or your medicine, or anything.
Yeah, no, they have free medical.
Yeah,
Well, it's not free because the working people are paying,
yeah,
out of their check or whatever. But
yeah,
like with us, if we couldn't work and didn't have insurance,
yeah.
we didn't have to have insurance, they would cover it for us. Yeah.
But I said, well, that was neat.
Yeah, different countries do different things.
I'm trying to figure out which house this is. Oh, okay. We had cops behind our house today. A neighbor called and they said, "Are you all okay?" We're like, "Huh?" And Dennis is like, "Yeah, I'm fine. What's going on?" Well, the cops is behind your house, and he's like, "What?" And she said, "We want to call and make sure you all's okay." And he said, "We're fine. We look. Here's cops out." Well, when we was outside earlier, the kids was in the pool. I was going to tell you, Natalie, hush a minute, please. Uh, a couple across the street uh, was out there, and the next thing I know, this guy grabs this girl, was choking the crap out of her.
Oh my
Like, oh
God.
God, no! And I went to get my phone out, and I was going to video it. I was like, oh no, 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 that ain't going to happen here. Especially my grandkids sitting here watching them screaming and hollering. And I told the kids, I said, just, you know,
It brings back my trauma.
yeah. I said, no. And I guess he'd seen us, and he seen that I had a phone in my hand. I hadn't started videoing it yet, but I was getting ready to.
Mm-hmm.
And he let go of her, and he walked off. And I guess she had called the police on him uh, because somebody was coming to get all of her stuff out or something, and that's why the cops respect her, I guess.
Wow.
Because I'm like, I'm not going to have my kids play in their pool and watch something like that. I ain't going to happen.
No, my goodness.
And because the week, well, they weren't home that time it happened, but they had a big drug bust or something back there last week. We come home. I went to come home, and somebody parked in the spot in front of my house. I couldn't park, so I was going to come around in the alley. I couldn't get behind my house because the whole alley was lined full of cops and
Oh, Lord.
and everything. And I'm like, okay, where do I go?
It's like, excuse me, but I live in that house.
I'm like, I can't get to my house. So I had to come around and park way down at the end of the street, lower down, and walk up to the house. And I'm like, seeing all these cops, and Dennis wouldn't answer his phone. And I thought, oh my God, what is going on? I thought something happened to him. He wasn't answering his phone. And he's back there on the porch just watching it all. Like, I'm just watching the show. He said, I don't know what's going on over here. He said, but they're everywhere. And I'm like, oh my Lord. I said, I'm glad the kids wasn't home that weekend.
Yeah. Well, here, because it's such a small town, if you call for an ambulance, you get the fire truck,
Yeah, you do hear.
An ambulance and police cars.
Well,
I
you know,
mean, so it's like all of
sometimes you get
that.
the police here, but most of the time you get the ambulance, the fire truck, and some other kind of little truck comes behind. I don't know what it is. And you
Well,
have to pay for all of them when they
yeah.
come.
When they come, it's like, boy, the parking lot's lit up, all the lights and everything. And I'm sitting where my living room windows look out into the parking lot. And so even if I'm not up looking out, if I'm laying on the
You
couch,
see the
you know, the
lights.
lights, and then I have to get up and go out there and look.
Oh,
Then
we've
it's
had them wake us up here, like coming here at nighttime because you hear them big trucks. And I mean, and then you wake up, you see, even we got dark curtains, and it still shows through our dark curtains
yeah.
the flash. You you kind of have like flashing in your eyes, and it'll wake you up, and it's ambulance and fire truck, and it's like,
And then
I,
I'm trying to figure out which apartment. I
yeah,
can see which building they're at, but I'm trying to see which apartment did they go to. Is it anybody I know? And
yeah. Well, 2 nights I woke up, it was Mary. They's picking her up, and I was like, oh Lord, what has happened?
well, one night it was my upstairs neighbor because he's on dialysis, so
Yeah.
he's got the thing in his arm
Oh,
to
okay.
that they hook up for the dialysis, and I
Yeah.
guess something messed up in it, and he was bleeding,
Oh
and he
God.
couldn't get the bleeding stopped, so he called for the ambulance.
Oh
So,
God.
and I was like, it was literally outside my door. It was right
Yeah.
there. And so I had went out on the porch and I was like, I wonder who it is, and then here there come walk down the stairs and then here comes my upstairs neighbor walking and he was like holding his arm and I said, are you okay? And he's like, oh yeah, my thing just messed up or whatever. I'm gonna go to the hospital, get it looked at or whatever. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, I mean, it just
Well,
scares me when I see the
yeah.
ambulance because you never know,
Oh, I
what's going on.
know.
They all show up like it's a big deal.
Yeah, they make it like somebody's killed somebody or something around here. It's like, dude, you don't know if somebody's needs an ambulance or they're, yeah. She's still here.
Allison.
Yeah. So she goes, I'm
Okay.
still here.
Okay. Well, I told her good night because she said she was getting up early in the morning to go
Yeah.
take the Lotus up to her school.
I guess she's still here because after you said good night, sweetheart, she said, I'm still here
Yeah.
about 5 minutes later. So I'm like, yeah, it's been a couple of minutes, so she's still here. It's like,
Well, I want her to get as much of that done as she can.
I swear it looks like somebody is sitting out back with a big light on
Hmm.
behind our house. I mean, I don't know if it's across the alley. I hate this place because we got an alley down between our house, the streets. I don't like this. And you can't tell if it's on our property or on this camera because the other one we only have 4. This one's got like 8
It's
cameras,
that
and the
man's
pictures is
house.
only about this big, so you can't
Yeah.
really see, and it won't step long enough for you to when you click on it.
It's that man's house back there.
Behind us?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I was like, are they in our driveway with a light on like that, or across town? Can't see. But I'll tell you. What are you eating now, child?
Huh?
What are you eating?
The apple I put in the fridge.
The apple she put in the fridge. Oh, okay.
Help.
What'd you do with the peeling?
What?
Every bit of it? Don't let me catch it through behind things. She likes to take stuff and throw it behind my jars and stuff. And then when I go clean the counter off, you find stuff, papers and junk. And it's like, Natalie, you know there's a trash can right here. Put it in the trash can. That's where it goes. Not behind everything on my counter. I told her I'm going to make her start moving everything clean behind it.
There you go.
And then maybe it'll break her when she has to start cleaning up her own mess.
Yeah.
So, is all the cats in except Bobby? And I haven't seen him. He's probably under the shed. Our cat, our bobtail cat lives under the shed. I don't know why, but he does. You go looking for him, that's the first place he runs. These kids, especially now, he'll come to me in dinner. But Eli and Natalie, he sees them, he runs right dead under that shed, like, nope, you ain't getting me. But all we have to say, Bobby, and he'll come walking towards us, like, pick me up. Not them. He don't like kids. He don't like kids at all.
Where's Buster at tonight?
He's tired. He's laid over here asleep the whole time. He's
Oh.
growled. He growled a couple of times when Eli was talking to Eli.
Okay.
And I told Eli, I said, Buster's got a question because he's over here going, rum, rum, rum. I guess because Eli wouldn't talk to him, he went over and laid down. He's been asleep ever since. Him must be tired.
Because he's usually right there at your feet.
Yeah.
You can hear him.
He's a tired baby tonight. He ain't been feeling good, real good. And then I got a cat that's been in the bed on my table in there on the cover all day. He slept all day on there, and I'm like, that's not like him. Rocky, my one that likes to get into trouble all the time. I said, he must not feel good because that's not like him. He's usually up prowling around all day. But he slept all day long. He's back in there asleep again. I'm like, he must be having a bad day. I don't know. The rest of them, they come in, they sleep the whole time. Dennis is at work. As soon as he comes home, it's like all of them wakes up and they want outside. And he goes to, it makes it look like I don't do nothing for them, you know. Let them in out. And I said, they just do that because they know you ain't home and they can sleep and do whatever. But as soon as he comes in, they're hungry, they want water, they want outside. Because you're mean to them, ain't you? And I said, oh, yeah, I'm so mean to them. I feed them while you're gone. I starve them and everything else. It's like poor little Busty don't he ain't even waking up when I talk to him. So he is tired.
Yeah.
He knows he's getting ready to go on duty. It's hard. Now, when the kids are at school, he sleeps all day. Because he stays up half the night watching us.
Yeah.
Every little sound he hears, he's up. You can hear him moving. He's woke me up. He kills me, though, because he don't lay down in the hallway. He flops. And it sounds like the whole house is shaking when he flops. He woke me up doing that. I'm like, Buster, are you all right down there? I'm like, okay, go back to sleep.
Trying to see on here if I can see the dog. The baby must be. Oh, she's laying down. She's probably too low to see her, but. Oh, you know what it is? I have a black blanket. And so, there's Chloe moving now. With the night vision, it looks white.
White, yeah.
And I was
first time I ever seen that.
She's kicked the blanket off and she's just got the sheet. That's what it is. Now she's done. Yeah, she still got the blanket.
Yeah, first time we got security cameras and they turned to night vision. It looked like we had snow on our grass. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, did it snow? Because we had it in the winter and it hadn't snowed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did it snow that fast and cover the grass? I got up to go look and the grass is green. And I'm like, what?
Do yours have where you can talk? Like if somebody was to come up, you could say, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah. I do that to Nat, especially the little one in the kitchen. I'll be outside and I'll watch her go in the kitchen. And I'll talk to her. I'll say, Natalie, what are you doing? She'll look like.
Yeah. Well, this is a lot better where I've got it positioned now up on the shelf looking down. Because before it was like looking at the side of my bed. Now it's like looking down on the bed. So I can see my whole room and I can see all the bed. So.
Yeah, Dennis told Natalie he's going to put one or for outside ones, you can put them inside or outside.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna put one of them in here over top my desk because she likes to get up in the middle of the night and go through stuff on my desk.
Mm-hmm.
Said that way I can catch her. I
Yeah.
said, yeah, because I'll get up next morning and stuff will be laying all over the place. And it's like, Natalie, did you get up last night? No, no. I said, I know you did because stuff, I know how I leave my desk when I go to bed.
Yeah.
And I said, the stuff beside it, I know where it's at. And I said, the stuff on the shelf, half of it's on the floor and everything because I know she's been going through stuff. I'm like, what are you looking for? Seriously. I don't know, something to do.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah, but you don't clean your mess up when you get in my desk. You just throw it all up in there. And if I go to reach for something, everything comes tumbling out. And that makes me madder and fire at her.
Okay, so I got yesterday. All right, I'll come.
Tell me what. You did get up yesterday.
Echo.
Yeah.
Yesterday, or like the day before, or was it yesterday? That we went to Goodwill.
Yes. No, day before we went to. No,
Yesterday.
it was yesterday
We went to Goodwill. Me and Eli found these little cars
Big wheels.
in the toy section. And we were riding them around the store, and then Mama told us to get off of them. And Eli was thinking about buying them, but then Mama said no.
Do you know what a big wheel is?
Yeah, with big wheels on the side and the
Trying to ride these in the store. I'm down there looking at picture stuff. They disappeared. Next thing I know, they're coming at me on these big wheels.
Trying. I was cruising on
I was
these
about to
things.
have a heart attack. I thought, oh my God, these people are going to throw us out. They'll never let us back in here again. I said, put them back. Now, no, we're riding them. So I got my camera out and I said, fine, I'll send a picture to Papa and
Mama.
show him what you're doing. Boy, you know, I've seen them put them back.
Mama, I rode it halfway towards the front and they didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I was looking at the girls' clothes, everything, riding up and down through there, looking at the shoes.
I thought, we'll never be
Passing
allowed
you
back
up
in
and
the store
everything.
again.
It was
banned from the Goodwill.
Yeah.
It
We're
was
going to come back and
fun.
say, well, we got banned from Goodwill because of big wheels.
We were about to buy this puzzle though, but not. It was too much pizza.
I love going to Goodwill. You
Yeah.
never know what you're going to find.
Then we went to Gordon's.
Yeah. Gordon's food.
She wouldn't let me buy the onion rings.
This guy was throwing all kinds of stuff in my cart, and I'm like, Natalie,
There
I only
was-
got a certain amount of money I can spend in here. I can't buy all this stuff.
There was French fries shaped like smiley faces, and I begged her to get them, and she still wouldn't get them. They were smiley faces. You
I
know
don't
those-
care those smiley faces. They still French fries, the regular French fries.
No, they're not regular French fries. They're smiley faces. Who said that thing?
And then you'd had less French fries.
I don't care.
Yeah, you would when your belly's hungry.
I think I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. You say so. That's what I say. I go by how much is in a bag and how much they cost, and which we get more in so it lasts us longer. Not a little bitty bag that costs us double what this big bag costs us.
Right.
She's like, but I said, not today, no.
Especially now. Gosh, everything has gone up.
I'm like, Eli, he was amazed because I never took him in Gordon's. It's like for restaurants and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So small on
And-
the outside. But
Yeah, on the outside it looks so small, but it's humongous on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And they went wild. They seen all these big packs of stuff. Like, we could eat off this for a long time. I'm like, yeah.
That's like going to Sam's. I spend way too much money when I go to Sam's.
Now I told Dennis, I said, I want you to get a Sam's membership so I can go to Sam's, especially when school starts,
Yeah.
so I can buy their lunches up in big quantity. That way,
Yeah, it'd be great for that. Mm-hmm.
then buying it at the store and then have to go back every week, I could buy up enough of the chips and stuff for a month and put them away for each week,
Mm-hmm.
and it'd be a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
Because you buy one of them little bags, I think it's got potato chips in it, the little bags to do them for a week. I could buy a box almost at Sam. I've watched these YouTubers go through Sam's stuff. I could buy a box that would last them all month for what I pay for them little 20 some dollar a bag.
Yeah.
You might get 10, what is it, 15, 16 in them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but Gordon's has got them too, but they're for vending machines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she goes to Sam's to buy her stuff. Our dance teacher, she goes to fill her machine up. She always
Mm-hmm.
goes to Sam. And I told him, I said, you can get a membership because where he works, they do it,
Mm-hmm.
He said, oh, okay. Well, I never thought about that. I said, so we're going to sign up for a membership.
Yeah.
Mandy told me she could take me and use her membership
Mm-hmm.
one day. And I said, well, I'm going to have to let you take me up there so I can know how to get there because I don't know where it's at. That way, if I need to go and get them lunch, I can just go up there and buy it in bulk instead of.
Oh yeah, you can get all kinds of stuff like that. Well, I don't know how cheap it is, but you get the quantity. You get a lot when you buy it. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be easier on me.
I know I bought that big roll of aluminum foil, and I wrote on it the date that I bought it because I wanted to see how long it would last me. I forget what month it was, but it was in 2019. So I've had it 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. I've had that sucker for 4 years.
So but you got your money's worth out of that.
Extra long, heavy duty, and it's about, the roll probably was about that big around.
Wow. What? And
then I got I found at a yard sale, somebody had bought this, like the saran wrap in a big, like for, probably for like a restaurant type thing. Yeah. And I got that, which they had used a little bit off of it, but that roll is like this big around.
Oh, wow.
It's not as long. It's probably about 12 inches long, but it's really, and got it for $3. So it's like foil and saran wrap. I got probably enough to last me another 5 years.
The saran, the stuff you buy now, to afford to buy it, the Reynolds wrap, it ain't worth crap.
Mm-mm.
You tear it and it tears.
It's not Reynolds wrap either. It's like the Sam's Club brand.
Yeah.
I think. Or it might be Reynolds wrap. I don't know. But anyway, I don't even know how much was on there. But like I said, I take and tear off big sheets of it and put it inside my oven.
Yeah, I need some
burners. I've taken it to Allison's house and cleaned her stove and her oven and lined it with that. Yeah. Shoot, I've used a lot of it, but I still have a lot left too.
Wow. That's what I need.
That was an excellent buy. I think it was probably close to $30.
Yeah.
But
it's lasted you that
4 years.
That's a good buy then. Lasted that one.
A little over $7 a year for aluminum foil, and you can pay $7 for one little pack of it.
Yeah. Reynolds wrap anyway. Reynolds wrap's high.
Yeah.
And you don't get that much in the box anymore.
And it's gotten thinner and thinner.
No. It's like you don't watch, you'll rip it trying to put it on something.
If you want the thickness of what it used to be for the regular, you got to buy the heavy duty.
Yeah.
Because the regular is not nothing.
Not worth buying, believe me.
No.
And saran wrap, I get mad at it because it's supposed to stick and it don't stick half the time.
Well, this commercial stuff, it sticks.
Does it stick?
It
Well,
sticks.
I know the stuff you buy now don't.
Yeah, no.
You
But
keep
that
putting
stuff.
more and more on there, and it still don't stick. I tell you what I'm doing though with mine. I am making one of them balls this Christmas for my kids, grandkids to play, where you put mittens on and you put prizes inside of it as you wrap it.
Yeah.
You ever seen that? I did it for Eli and Natalie last year. I made a small one. They had a blast. And I said, because last year we didn't all get together, but this year we're going to all get together. And I said, I'm going to make a big one for my kids to play with. And
Yep.
because that's about the only thing it's good for him. It won't stick nothing else. Can't get it off with the mitten on, though. I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
It took you long enough. But
Well,
I'll give
I'm not
myself
doing
what
it
Eli and Natalie played.
with wearing mittens, but on Peppa the Pig, one of their birthday traditions is it's called Pass the Parcel. And they do the same thing. They wrap the presents or the prizes in it,
Yeah.
and but it's with wrapping paper.
Yeah, I've
And
seen
then
it done with the wrapping paper, too.
yeah, and then each kid when they stop, they get it, they unwrap a layer, get their prize, pass it on to the next kid or whatever, you
Oh.
know. But yeah, that would be really fun to
Yeah.
do.
I said,
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to start. I told him, I told him the other day, I said, I got to start buying stuff for that. Buy a little, pick up little stuff to put in it
Yeah.
so we can do it at Christmas. And there was something else I was going to do with them at Christmas. I forgot what it was. Ah, I'll have to think about it. It's another game that they got you can play. I thought that'd be fun for them, too. I said, they might get rowdy on me, but it's Christmas, so why not? Because we always have a big Christmas thing at Christmas Eve. We have ours
Uh-huh.
with the kids.
Well, we used to
Big-
do where you the first person, I forget what we did to figure out who went first, but anyway, first person gets a prize. Then the second person, they can either get a different prize or take that person's prize. And if you take that person's prize, that person's out. They don't do anything else. And so then you keep going until all the prizes are given out. Everybody's got a prize.
Prize.
And then you go one more time, and then that whoever wins that round can take from anybody, whichever prize they want, you know.
I'll tell you what we do at church. We have everybody brings a prize that wants a gift that wants to be in the gift exchange.
Uh-huh.
And they draw names. Well, you can go up. The first person will open the first one. And then the next person that's called's got the choice to either take that person's gift or they can get one off the table. But once you open it, you have to leave it sit on the table for the other ones that come up behind it. They can take your gift. One year we had a snowman. I wanted that snowman so bad. Every time I got that sucker, somebody would take it from me. I never did get it. I was trying to hide it and everything else. And they're like, Norman, where's that snowman? I don't know. Like, I want that snowman. Well,
That's how it always is too. If you show that you want something, then everybody's going to want that.
like,
yeah.
And then so one year I had, what was it? Because I love snowmen. It's something else to do with snowmen. So I said, no, I got tired of snowmen. And so it's a little round, about this tall. And they went around and around, and I seen the snowman. And I thought, I'm getting that snowman. If I'm the last person, I'm getting that snowman. And sure enough, I was the last person they called, and I walked right over and got it. I said, you get the gift on the table because I don't want to know snowman. Paybacks. Because they always take everything I get. It don't matter what it is. Every year we play, I get my gift taken every time. I don't know what it is. It don't matter if it's a candle, whatever. They take my gift every time. And our pastor, poor little thing, he gets his gift taken every year too. I told him, I said, we just ain't good at this game. I don't know what it is. But we get our gift taken every year. It's like, I'll tell you. But it's fun. We have a blast doing it.
Yeah.
When we first started playing it, everybody's like, no, I don't want to do that. And everybody's like, we're not. You can take anything you want you see on tables, for everybody's like, no, no, no. Next year we come back, and I forgot who it was. Oh, Clarence, love his heart. He's gone now. He died of the sea. But he started it. He started taking gifts and got everybody else doing it. Because the first year we did it, nobody would do it because we didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Uh-huh.
We
Yeah.
ain't doing this. But he got everybody doing it. Now we have blast doing it because everybody will try to hide what they got, like, no, 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 or, I don't care about this. It makes you think they don't want,
Yeah.
you won't bother theirs. And it's like, and then the kids, we do it with the kids too. They have a blast doing it. So I said, that's something fun to play. But
Well, I saw something the other day on one of her little kitty shows we were watching, but they either give you like this that you can see or what's in this box.
oh,
And
okay.
they go through the whole family, and it's like, do you want this or do you want the mystery box? And almost everybody would always take whatever it was they could see.
See,
And then the little girl finally, no, I want the mystery box. They opened it up and it was like full of money.
oh wow.
It was like way more money than any of the other things cost. But I'm like, anybody offers me a mystery box, I'm taking the mystery box.
I want that mystery
Because
box.
it might be full of money.
Yeah, I want what's in my lucky have dud in it or something. I said,
Yeah.
we on that one show, that, what is it? Let's make a deal. I'd lose every time. I know I would. I'd get the worst deal there is.
I'm thinking this year, because I always try to get my ex-husband kind of like a gag type gift.
Yeah.
Well, he used to, and he wouldn't do it at our house, but when we'd go to visit somebody else's house, he would take and he would write on the roll of toilet paper. He'd like unroll it 4 or 5 sheets, write something and then roll it back up. So that whoever used it, later, they'd find his cartoon. He'd make a little cartoon or put a little message or something. So I'm thinking about taking and putting probably dollar bills, but I'm going to take like a whole roll of toilet paper and I'm going to unroll the whole thing. And then I'm going to put the dollar bills every so often in there. And he's going to think I'm just giving him a roll of toilet paper.
I got to get it on mine.
He has a bathroom.
Look at me like, what?
He has a bathroom down in their basement, and then they have a bathroom up in the house.
Yeah.
But she has a walk-in tub in the shower in the bathroom upstairs. And he goes downstairs and it's a big walk-in shower down there. But anyway, so that's his bathroom downstairs. His bathroom upstairs. So he went with Allison to buy toilet paper. He bought her some real nice expensive toilet paper and bought him the cheap toilet paper for down in his bathroom. Because he said he don't care about if it's good toilet paper or whatever. So I'm going to make a joke. I'm going to be like, you deserve to have good toilet paper in your bathroom too. I'm going to give you this roll of toilet paper. And then I'm not going to say nothing else about it. And then if he uses that roll of toilet paper, he'll be like, $1? What's $1 doing in the toilet paper? Like, oh, that was my gift. She gave me some money. Okay. I'm seriously thinking about doing that to him this year.
That'd be a neat one.
Mm-hmm.
I have to think of something to do on Dennis. He likes to play tricks on me all the time.
That's one thing he has always been a practical joker kind of person,
Yeah.
So I got to get him back. Did I tell you about the rat poison? I don't think I told you. I had made chili mac one night, and I had put a picture of it on our Facebook page and said I made chili mac. So his wife sees that I made the chili mac, and she was asking me, how did I make it? Because she thought it looked good. She'd like to try it. And so when we were up there this last time, she said, "Do you mind if I get the stuff? Tell me what you need, and would you make us some chili mac?" And I said, "Oh, sure, I make it." So anyway, so I cooked it. Well, Allison doesn't like it, so I didn't put all the noodles. I cooked all the noodles, but I didn't use them all in the chili mac. I left some out, and I just made her like macaroni and cheese out of it.
Yeah.
But so the rest of it, though, I made in the chili mac. Well, Patricia had to go to work. So I had fixed her a small container to take. And then the rest was for my ex to eat and for me to eat. So he gets him a bowl of it and he's eating it. And he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." And Allison said, "Would you like chili mac?" And he's like, "Well, I never had it before, but yeah, it's pretty good. So he gets done. He's got like a little bit left in his bowl. So he puts the bowl down for their dog to eat the leftover, right? And I said, "Yeah, I didn't do a bad job on that chili mac, did I?" And he goes, "No, it's pretty good." And I said, "Well, I only put a little bit of rat poison in it, like that." And he didn't catch it right, at first. And Allison goes, "Is that why you wanted to know if I was going to eat it or not? Because you were going to put poison in it?" I'm like, "No, that's not." And then he's like, "That's why there was some portioned out for Trish. You didn't want to poison Trish. You only wanted to poison me." I said, "You silly fool. I ate it too." I mean, I
ate some too. Wait a minute.
I did not poison you, but it was hilariously funny because I got him because he did not expect that.
Yeah.
So the next day, whenever Trish was there, I was telling her, what we did. And she started laughing and she said, "You got him good." She said, "I can just picture his face like, oh my God, maybe she is still mad at me and she's going to kill me off with rat poison, And so we were laughing. She's like, "See, you can tell you're healed over everything that happened because you couldn't joke about it like that with him, if you weren't." And I'm like, "Well, I must be," because I just thought that was so funny. But that's the kind of stuff he would pull on us,
Lord. That sounds like my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law does crazy stuff. He'd always pull something on me. Love his art. I loved him to death. He was correct. He's the biggest jokester, and my nephew, his son, takes after him. He's the same way too. I said his wife goes
like that. Not as bad as my ex, but my dad was, like you'd say, "Oh, let me see that TV guide," and he'd like hold it up. "See? Can you see it?" But he wouldn't give it to you. You'd have to say, "Can I hold it? Give it to me to hold, or something." But yeah, he was always joking like that.
Or Eli and them would say, "Give me a hand," and I'll go.
Yeah.
He'll go, "Mamo." I'm like, "Well, you said give you a hand. You didn't say what kind of hand." I said, "You have to specify what you want around here." I bet you he's still. Natalie, he's awful quiet up there. I bet you he's went to sleep.
He probably did.
Yeah. That one
All right. Well, we need to get off of here.
Yeah, I gotta get her up there, or she'll never get up in the morning.
Yeah.
I'll have to be pulling her out of bed again, or she'll wake me up again at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm gonna choke her then.
I'm gonna say she better not.
Bye, Addison.
That way.
Seeing you, talking to you, even though you didn't come up. Next time you come over your mom's when we have a live, so I can talk to you. That's the only way I can talk to her is she's over at your house. Don't you wake Peppa up? I gotta make coffee. I gotta make this coffee so it'll go off and be ready in the morning.
Bless his heart.
Come here, take your medicine. Tell Eli to take his. Natalie. That's y'all done that on meanness. I know she did. Well, I'll see you, or no, I won't see you, but I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Well, you can see me. If you want to see me, call me.
Okay. All righty.
All right.
Everybody, good night. That's still here. Talk to you later.
Bye. Good night. Bye-bye.